Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new It's a Progressive World watch along. As always, you can probably find timestamps down below. And please like and subscribe. Alrighty, Sam. So we're gonna watch another PBD video. They're too much fun, value entertainment, Patrick Bet David. The only issue is, this time we picked one, but it's like which one? It's just like non-stop. He has hilarious entertaining content. But we've settled on one for now, which is a very recent one. We'll get to it. It's on Trump and Tucker and all this. I guess it was recorded right after the Republican debate, primary
I
debate.
I I think so. If I'm not, as you say, we have been watching so much PBD. And they come from the last year or so. So I don't. My
No, this one
timeline is
is
really
for sure.
confused right now.
Because he
Yeah.
talks about Vivek and all that. So
Oh, all right. Nice. He's a Yeah, man. He's just his insights, his teammates' insights. It's just amazing, unbelievable takes.
it's
What do you
incredible.
think
It's incredible. I
before we
guess.
watch this? Yeah.
Yes, that's what it takes to be successful. I don't know, be able to give some takes like he does, which will listen to with so much confidence. This isn't even the craziest, most funny video of his,
No, no.
perhaps.
It's
I don't
like
know.
no.
I don't know
I
which
mean,
one
there
of it.
is one bit
Yeah,
in this that is a true standout, I think.
it was.
It's in the title, so I'm not
Yeah.
really spoiling, but so maybe you can read the title perhaps.
So the title of this watch along that we're going to do right now is "Alliances Are Being Built," and Patrick Red David is going to tell you all about alliances. Anybody who doesn't have an ally out there, you'll find out soon what you're missing out on. Do Trump, Tucker, and Musk have a master plan? Well, according to PBD, they do.
Well,
And maybe we should stop
uh,
making fun of him. If someone named this successful, maybe we need to find allies. Okay, maybe.
we need to find out. PBD, will you be
I'm
our
not sure by ally if he
ally?
means staff, because at times it kind of seems like he's
No.
talking about like staff members, and sometimes he's
Yeah,
talking about ally.
I think
Kind of blurs the line a bit, I feel at times,
I
but
think
we will see.
yeah, I think he may have mistaken just any form of human communication for sort of we are allies now. We talked on the phone. We are ally. No, we just yeah. I think he used the term allies very loosely
Yeah.
and very widely. He casts the wide net, man. PBD casts the wide net. Just it's amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, I think in this video they're talking about. So we just had the Republican
Debate.
debate without the only guy who we all know gonna become the Republican nominee. So it was the most ridiculous
They
debate
actually,
ever.
PVD actually makes a good point about that, or his guest, about
Oh,
how
does
these
he?
people were lucky that Trump wasn't there, so nobody's watching how big of a loser they are. Like people like Nikki Haley and all that. But
Fair enough. No, that's a.
and it was
I think
good
that's
for
a fair
Vivek.
point. Uh, as yeah,
He seems to have stolen the
yeah,
show. Again, I think I would have stolen the show
he's a
too.
media
If I'm
creation. I think. Yeah,
the
yeah, of
people
course.
that he was, Nikki Haley, Mike Pence.
Chris Christie. You don't think
Chris
Chris
Christie.
Christie's come on. That just the sheer size of him should attract some people. Just, I heard from physicists that if you achieve a certain amount of mass, you start to have a gravitational pull. So I assume Chris Christie was able to gravitate some people towards himself.
By the
So no,
way,
yeah,
Trump
yeah.
was getting his mugshot taken and all that because
Oh
he's
yeah,
going
yeah,
to
yeah,
Atlanta.
it's so good.
And because of
Saw
that,
that.
apparently they weighed him and they also released his height. Man, Trump is not fat. His weight makes no sense. He's not fat at all. Like if
Do
that's the case, unless his
his weight
legs.
makes
No, no.
this.
He probably doesn't have one bit of muscle because he says that it doesn't work out. And his legs are probably like super skinny or something because he's only like 95 kilos, which is about like 15 kilos
No
more
way.
than me.
No
And
way.
he's 6 foot
What?
four. That's what
You're
they're saying. Let me
mistaken.
bring it up. I swear it makes
Can't be.
no
With
sense.
six, exactly. With six, yeah. Okay. Forget about Watchalong.
You see, this is new. This is new. Okay, 200 Telegraph says 244 pounds. Okay, maybe I was 244
How much is
pounds in kilos. Ah, okay, 110. Where would it? Okay, okay. That makes a lot
slightly
of
better,
sense.
but it's still surprising, I would say.
But who said that?
Wow. Well,
Where did, I
yes, look at
swear
the
on my
belly.
life I read 94 kilos today. But yeah, okay. I mean, here, okay,
Okay,
Fox
calm.
5 is saying 215 pounds. Okay, they want to charge this guy. Let's get his weight first properly. Then you can't even, nobody has a scale there. Nobody can accurately. Where did I just read 200? No. Okay,
Now
you see, there
maybe
you go.
the
So
maybe that's
fake news, and
older.
I don't take fake news.
Maybe that's an older rain.
Yeah, 97. This was, yeah, from 17 hours ago, but yeah, maybe no, because okay, and you see these, okay, these
What?
indictments at least they're leading to something. At least they're getting
Yeah,
his
they're
weight.
leading to facts. They're they're
But no,
they're
wait,
leading to a
why are there
trail of
so
facts.
many different ones? Is there not an official?
I
Here
mean, for
too,
actors, famously, it's hard.
Washington Post is saying 215 pounds. So I nearly okay, hold on.
So
Let me
weird.
open this article.
This
Hold
does
on.
not make sense. Okay, we are doing a read the
Near lighter than his disclosed weight at the time of his last official. Okay, Trump booking record declared the former president at 215 pounds. And if your scale is broken, forget about Jesus Christ.
No,
These people can't
that's what
even.
this is. No, this was what this is what his team said, 215. So he
No, look,
probably
no, the opposite.
no, that's what no read Trump's booking declared booking record. Declared the former high.
Yeah, his booking record.
Oh, you're right. Oh, goddamn, you're right. The fuck? Okay, this does not make any sense
From now
whatsoever.
on, I'm just gonna everybody be a big mistake making fun of Trump and all this. No, he is the Jesus and the God that he said no more exercising and eating McDonald's. That's it. All I'm eating for now is McDonald's, and maybe he is right. Exercising kills you sooner. Actually, I think
Fuck
everything that he's
this.
ever said, he was right. That's it.
How? He has like a full on, like a full on, what's it called? Turkey neck. How would this is bull, man. This is tall people's fucking. I hate tall people. Like, god damn it, they can be fat and they're still like thin or something. It's bullshit.
No, they just don't know how to weigh. There's something,
You
I don't know.
think they
Maybe
don't know how to
somebody
weigh
else
him?
can explain this.
This is so weird. Yeah, no, I even 110 kilos I would have been. So I would
Even
have
that
said
is
it's sort of
even
on
that exact because he's
or based on the pictures we've seen of him. I am I
no, yeah.
wrong?
No,
Am I
his
wrong or
legs are probably like, like he probably
super
literally
thin?
has chicken legs and
Literally? Like,
no muscles
yeah, that's
whatsoever, but
implanted.
still that tall, that fat looking based on what you see. I mean, he's wearing a suit, so that hides it so much. If he was wearing a t-shirt,
But when he's doing a polo, Google his
golf.
when he's playing golf, yeah, and he's wearing polo shirts, he looks fat and he's so big. It's just, yeah. God damn, this is what happened, by the way. This is how Trump got elected. People were like watching politics, and this guy showed up and was saying, I'm running, and people are like, nah, that's a joke. But
Maybe he's
let's
actually
look into
not
this.
that
Yeah,
fat though,
wait.
actually.
Look. No, man, come on, that belly. Look at that belly. Okay, he's not that fat for his age. I would agree with you. He's not obese for an American, to be honest. Yeah, you're right. But 110 is particular. I don't know.
What's this book called
Maybe.
again? The Art of Deal. I'm gonna go buy it. No, this guy knows
Yeah,
everything in life.
me
Okay. The only bad thing is probably he didn't write it. I'll be like, no, I want the original manuscript that Trump gave, and I don't want
No,
the edited version. You
that's
guys
actually
probably ruined
true.
it.
That's actually true. There is a famous guy who was his ghostwriter, and he's famously now anti-Trump or something. So yeah, you need to watch him, man.
Actually,
You
never
can't,
mind. The
yeah,
guy's in tip-top shape. All this
yeah, tip top
fake
shape.
news about, look at him.
I don't know
My new idol.
about tip top.
No, he's in tip-top shape, sir. Okay.
Tip top, is that tip top? What about the guy next to it? I mean,
At
yeah,
his age,
for his
Trump probably
age,
had a 9-pack. The way that things are
so
going.
yeah,
The
things
first
are
9-pack in history. Not 6, not 8. He had one more.
nine. Added one on the top, just the penthouse for for the parties. No, it's yeah. I mean, yeah, he got it. Yeah. By the way, I mean, I
And nobody
really
better make fun of his golf, because that I would not believe. I'm pretty sure he's good at golf.
apparently he lies about it though. Like
No,
he says
others
things that
lie, Sam. Others lie.
yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. I've yeah. I'm still learning how to become a believer, I
Yeah.
suppose. I'm new to this game. Yeah. No, you should not even question anything about it. But do
Okay,
you
let's
think
go to PBD.
yeah, all right. I think
What were you gonna say?
no, I was just wondering if do you think they're gonna put him in jail?
They better not. There's
Cameo will
ever a
show up.
cause, I'm going to get behind that. I'll go give them Cornell. I'll be like,
Yeah.
listen, Trump, we still don't know how much he owes in taxes. This guy we know. Okay. And he's been made 5 times. Trump only 3 times. And he doesn't lie at least.
And we don't know if he's American citizen. We haven't seen tax record. We haven't seen any. We don't know. We don't know anything about Trump. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
okay.
you're right.
Let's go to another phenom. The one and only PBD, wearing a pretty interesting New York Yankees kind of shirt. I've never seen anybody wear such a shirt. Nice shirt. Interesting. It looked brand new.
Yeah, exactly. It looks brand new.
But
yeah,
hey,
I mean, I like it.
With the money this guy is making, I mean, he can literally wear this shirt now and throw it away.
Yeah. I mean, that's yeah. Do you think, by the way, do you think how much he gives me a vibe of somebody who's living like a really good life, but then in like his 50s and 60s, suddenly they find him in a boat in a swimming pool, and it turns out all the money was stolen from a pension fund or something. Like,
he doesn't give me these vibes. No, actually, I don't know. I don't get these. He's just too happy and just too good. And I mean, the amount of satisfaction from talking into a podcast, the amount and this much nonsense and getting these views, the amount of, I don't know, good chemicals that go to your head, this will repair the worst kind of depression anyone has ever had. The amount of satisfaction.
Not depression. I'm implying like a I mean, I was implying like a Romanian money laundering scheme would go wrong at some point, and then he would get murdered, and then it turns out he's been scamming money.
But if a business could not get more transparent than this, we can literally like calculate how much money this guy makes at the bare minimum.
No, his real money was made in like insurance business in MLM.
And that apparently too, and this on top. So I mean, he doesn't.
I think this is.
How much does he probably get paid now? How much does he probably get paid for this Khabib thing? Probably a shitload to do these kind of things too.
I think he paid Khabib to do this.
Oh, because that's his own thing?
I assume it was his own thing. Yeah, I assume he's the producer of that stage. And he seemed, that's the thing, man. I think though, I'm so happy that he was successful in his insurance scam. I am so happy he was managed to scam those people, because I think this is his dream, man. Have you seen him? How happy he is, how present he is when he's doing his podcast. I don't think I've seen anybody just enjoying their work this much. And he's like, yeah, Adam, let me talk about that now. Let me contribute. Like every discussion he wants to be in, every analogy he can make, every math he can calculate right there. Like, show me the views. I give you a free consultation right now based on those views and those replies divided by the dislikes, and time is spent, and okay, I think this is a successful business buddy. I think he's genuine. Like, I don't think he's a liar. I think he's the most genuine man
Yeah, that's what I was
online or
saying.
something. No, he's genuine. I don't think just being genuine is enough to prevent the money laundering scheme from going wrong, though. That's my
If he
2
did money
cents.
laundering, I'd go and slap him in the face and be like, why?
I don't think he knows. I think it's just some Romanians showed up and were like, you need to go and sell this insurance. Don't worry if it's like good or like, just sell it. And he was like, yeah. And then he was so good. The actual, like, the money laundering scheme actually worked. He was probably making profit. He wasn't supposed to. Like, like, we don't make profit. We don't want IRS looking into us.
He's incredible. Kudos to
He's
him.
incredible. I cannot take my eyes off of him.
So
I
let's
have to
watch a
say.
bit of them on that note. Let's
Yeah.
go. So back to this video. Alliances are being built. Do Trump, Tucker, and Musk have a master plan? Go.
Trump versus GOP. Obviously, Fox is the former employer of Tucker that fired him.
Yes.
And Tucker goes on his own. So obviously, they're not good.
Thank you.
Obviously, Trump isn't good with Fox the last 12 months
Correct.
because Fox has gone team DeSantis, some would say. It's any team but Trump.
The enemy of my enemy is my
ally.
friend. There it
So,
is right there.
Now watch this. There's a third ally there you got to throw, and it's a guy that runs a company called X. And that
Elon
third
Musk.
ally is Elon Musk.
Weird.
The interesting with Elon Musk that's kind of weird, is Elon is not necessarily a Trump guy.
Not at all.
Elon originally was a DeSantis guy that they hosted the first, what do you call it?
His first announcement.
Spaces with DeSantis.
Twitter
It was
Spaces,
broken,
correct.
and then they did it again, and he had to switch to David Sachs's account instead of his. And then recently, just a couple days ago, Rob, if you can find this, Elon comments in a tweet about Vivek saying this is a formidable candidate. So he kind of went off of DeSantis, and he...
Sorry, I just had to I didn't want to pause it so fast, but I hope one day I never have one of these producer jobs, because you're just there like, okay, keep the audio, and then randomly we're like, okay, pull this up. Pull what up? Can you give a bit more information? Like, what do you want me to pull up again? Like the guys are checking the audio. Okay, the feed is good. All right, things are looking good. Let's continue. Can you pull up that Robert? What? Who's Robert?
No, man, this is good. I mean, at least they're on the same topic, but sometimes he's like, goes from topic to topic, and he's like, so then I was with Andrew Tate that time that I gave the Quran to the other guy, not Andrew Tate, and then we were, can you pull that up, Johnny? Can you pull? And then Johnny's like, I was playing Angry Birds. I really did. I wasn't listening. I don't know which Andrew?
Like, you really have to be attentive at any moment.
No, I was very dismissive of this podcast producer job. The more you talk, the more you
have to be on your toes.
It's like you're dancing with the devil under the moonlight.
Went on Vivek.
Shifting. Yep.
Just yesterday. We're talking 24, 48 hours. So that's kind of an interesting shift he's making. And then his mentor, a guy that he goes to for advice, Larry Ellison, just a few days ago gave $20 million to Tim Scott.
Waste of money.
So far, what's happening is they're showing it's anything but Trump from Elon and his peers, but Tucker is pro-Trump, and it's being done on X. Mm-hmm. And Tucker and his team, they go 5 minutes live before.
Gangster move.
Not ESPN, before Fox shows the debate. How much you think going 5 minutes before got them to get more people watching them first? Because the moments you start watching it, you're hooked. You forgot about the GOP debate, and you got stuck with watching Tucker. I thought it was a very good point you made, Rob, earlier with this angle and the timing. That was very impressive. How much you think that played in people watching Tucker and Trump first?
Well, I can tell you for me, that's exactly what I did. I watched the entire Tucker and then switched over at about 9:42. And then Fox was really smart, because what they did is they timed it out so that when Tucker and Trump ended, they went to commercial break. And what did they come back with? The question of, would you stand by the president if he is indicted?
Yeah. But mind you, we were there, so we didn't have an option. But I saw people all inside the arena, Pat, like this, watching on their phones. and then ours started. People, they took out a lot. I'm gonna say 30-40% of the people were just like, nah, we're not gonna watch Fox, and we're gonna go.
Let me tell you, there are certain candidates on that stage. I mean, everyone for that matter, but certainly some of the people at the end, the Asa Hutchinsons of the world, or even my guy Doug Burgum and whoever. You should be thanking God
That's a good
that
point.
Trump and sucking all the oxygen out of the room did not show up to that debate. And if he was, none of those people had time talking. I don't give a shit. Asa Hutchinson, get your ass out of here. He like looks like Mike Pence's dad. You're lucky we even know his name today. Because if Trump was on that stage, none of those people would be talking about them. Maybe Vivek a little bit.
Yep.
And it'd be interesting to see eventually when Vivek and Trump share a stage, you can't do the Trump ass kissing in front of Trump when he's just going to basically like, Vivek Ramaswampy, he's from the swamp creature.
Yeah.
Like, let's see how that plays out. But these guys should all be thanking their lucky stars that Trump didn't show up and just dominate all those people last night. Because that's what would have happened.
And let's be honest, which I don't think I'd ever be able to do what they did. You're up there. You already know you have all technically lost. You're all fighting for the number 2 spot, right? That's
or
all that was.
cabinet position,
cabinet
whatever.
position or whatever. And I get the politics side of it, but that was an audition for the vice president. And that moment when he was like, all right, who's cool with Trump? And Vivek was like, I'm in.
Rob, and we're going to go through a lot of these clips, both the Trump and Tucker one as well as the debate. Rob, if you can tell us the poll, what did the poll end up? We got a few thousand votes. I'm curious to know where we're at right now with the poll. 4,600 votes. 53% watched the Tucker Trump. 47% watched the Fox GOP. And it doesn't look like it's changing. I think that's the lead. So, by the way,
kind of 50-50.
Brilliant move, which means the next debate will be September 27th at what do you call
Reagan
it?
Library
Reagan
in
Library.
California,
Yes, Reagan Library, which should be an interesting one to either attend or we'll do it here. We'll do a live podcast outside of Reagan Library. I don't know, because it's 2 minutes away from where I used to live. I've been there many times. So,
Pause.
But when
Just a quick interesting fact. Reagan Library noted for having the best coloring books among the presidential library. It's just amazing. It's fantastic.
So PBD spent
all kinds of
there.
animals.
But that was a wise couple of minutes by the political analysis there.
Oh, I 100% agree. No, I was just taking that shot at Reagan. That was for our plus 50 audience.
when you look at this, so what's Tucker going to do September 27th? Because Trump's probably going to be on stage. So you got to think about who Tucker's going to be having September 27th. I got a whole idea of what I think's going on with Tucker, Trump, and Elon. We were on a flight back with a
question though is, in this whole video they really go from the beginning off the assumption that Musk doesn't like Trump, or like, but it's not that explicit and clear to me that
they don't say Musk doesn't like Trump. They say Musk, well, he's not necessarily a Trump guy, and I think they're right.
but he doesn't mind him, and
no, for sure.
He's not combative
Musk, by the way,
towards him.
For the first time in my life, I think I figured out like an election to an extent. I feel a bit, but then again, you feel that every day. But the next day, you're like, "Oh, I was 80." Anyway, I feel like definitely like you have the David Sachs and Musk and all these people who are basically they want interest rates to be, they want the free money they've been getting, from the central bank. And then you got, they are pretty much shifting all their supports to the Republican Party, it seems. And they are betting on Trump or anybody, but they prefer somebody else because Trump is too independent. Then you got, I think, Democrats who are completely become like a security state. And you got these two types of elites, I think, competing in this election. But I do think Musk or David Sachs types, they would prefer somebody besides Trump, because I think they think Trump is too independent and too racist for their liking, perhaps.
Not too racist, hard to control. Whereas DeSantis or someone, maybe they think, there we go, we can have this guy on our side for the next 3 decades, and that would be great.
Yeah, that's like DeSantis is probably one of the closest things to Reagan in many ways. He's such an empty vessel. Like there's nothing to him really. And Reagan was also a governor. Like he's just the okay, power.
Yeah.
How, I wanna be in that position. Really, I want the president. I don't care if you tell me what to do, I'll do it. So yeah,
But
I don't
Elon
know. I
fucked
think
up. DeSantis is the funny thing is DeSantis kind of like when they
yeah,
talk
he's
about
such weaker.
DeSantis's
He's such a eager
launch, the launch that he did on Twitter and the Twitter platform didn't work
MySpace.
well. It's like DeSantis kind of took the blame for making the decision of doing it on Elon Musk's Twitter platform. And Elon Musk
Rightly
doesn't
so.
get so much of the blame. So it's funny. So it like double backfired
Well,
on him kind
no,
of. So
but
he's also like responsible for like the technical issues and the incompetence of Twitter. I mean, of course I get it. It was his decision to launch it there, but it's like Trump I feel like Elon is like kind of everybody's like, yeah, whatever happens, but when it comes to him, they hold him accountable for that. So he got
I
like
feel like
double fucked.
I mean, I feel like Elon has done so much other shit that this is just a drop in a sea. But yeah, I mean, his decision. But that was like, I feel like that was such an idiotic thing for, like, you are running your campaign. Like, it's like, why would you give that to Elon? It was, I don't know. I feel like Elon owed him there a bit, kind of like, come man, let's, you're running for president. Let's launch it on my shitty new thing that I don't know how to use really.
Yeah.
I got logged out. I think I went with my new device. So let's go on David Sax's device. Like, it's ridiculous. It's just, it was
if like Elon Musk was a bit more competent in that kind of thing, I mean, he could have been a gamble that paid off, but it was an unnecessary risk. He could have launched it normally, and then the next week came and done the live thing with Musk.
I mean, man,
so yeah, it was just a bit too risky, too risky of a move. But again, he would have thought that, okay, you own a big platform. At the very least, you have 5G, right? Like, I mean, you wouldn't think that you have to ask someone like, does the Twitter headquarters have good internet or not? You think you'd assume that he do.
What do you mean dialogue?
To be fair, these are not things
oh my God,
think you had to check.
Ron DeSantis, can you imagine Ron DeSantis and his team coming to Elon Musk's place because he doesn't own a house, I don't know, whatever it is, and then he's like, okay guys, we're gonna launch it, let me just connect to internet, and he just clicks something and he just starts going
seriously,
guys, it's just connecting to the internet, let it
I can imagine they were like, okay, we assumed that this multi-billionaire with his platform could run a video. It's been done.
Ron DeSantis is terminally online, and sadly his algorithm has been completely taken over by Joe Rogan type of stuff. So I think he genuinely thinks Elon Musk like is a genius or something. Like, he thinks he's genuinely like smart. I assume that's the only thing that makes me think he made that decision. But play some more. This is really good video from them until it
one
gets
of our
the ally.
guy that was on the flight
back
right now. We just jumped on a flight. We're talking about what's going on here. I have a speculation on what I think is going on with Tucker, Trump, and Elon. I'll say it right now until we can go into some of the other topics. You see, what's going on right now is alliances are being built. Okay, just like in social media, when you're creating content, or just like when you're building a real estate business or an insurance business, or you're creating a running for office, or you want to go make movies, you'll see alliances. Adam Sandler has a whole crew of alliances. Him, Rob Schneider. How many times do they keep doing movies over and over and over and over again? Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence. First they do that one dancing, then Silver Lining, then this, and then the next one. So it's like Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson, John Favreau,
all those guys.
See, these are alliances. By the way, it's brilliant to build these alliances. It's very, very smart because strength in numbers. It's the reason why LeBron, in his legacy, Michael forever will be known as he had the best team. Kobe will be known as he had the best team as this era. LeBron will never be known as having the best team because it was Golden State that built the dynasty because it was strength in numbers. Okay. So
he just mentioned everything he out there.
11, according to my count, 10 or 11 different types of alliance. And going through those types of alliance, first he mentioned
Some of them are not alliances. I mean, like,
no. Insurance business, real estate. I don't know if business partnerships are counting as alliances. That's first of all. Then he mentions Adam Sandler, and those are his friends, man. They're not his allies. Like,
and then he went
Spade
to
and Adam
team
Sandler are
sports.
friends.
And like, okay, you need to have 5 people in basketball. You can't play it alone. So no, but
he starts going to comedy duos, like famously, like a lot of comedy duos hated each other, like, and it's like it's a comedy double act. No, it's I mean, I guess in a very, very technical sense, Google alliance definition, see what comes up. I guess maybe in a very
and with the sports team, I kind of get what you're saying. You say, like, they built a good team, but I mean, then it's a complete out of alliance.
Definition. No, put alliance definition.
Yeah.
It's too many. Yeah.
A union formed for mutual benefit, especially between countries.
I guess.
A relationship.
I guess
okay, so everything's an alliance. I mean, in this.
Camille, we are having a nice alliance, right? We've been having an alliance going, and
but it's not
literally just to.
But it's not giving the benefits that PBD promised.
No, these alliances. We need. I think it's because we don't ally ourselves with more people.
Maybe.
That's the problem. We are not open to more alliances. Did you see how open he is to all kinds of alliances?
But I love his movie things. His movie things are so funny because he goes to movies like he always brings up a movie or refers to a movie, but the same, just like such a funny. He's like, well, what's that movie? The one where like the boat sinks. It's famous. Titanic. Yeah, that one. Like
the boat sinks.
That one you can see Leonardo, who's a beautiful man, by the way, a very good looking guy.
By the way, we were just taking our guys to Bahamas last week. How many times this motherfuckers go to Bahamas? Every time he's talking, we were just taking our guys to Bahamas last week. We were just going to Hawaii last Sunday. Oh, God damn it. Play a bit more.
On the debate, when there was a break, I was watching the break more than I was watching the debate because I was watching to see during the break who was going and talking to who. It was very interesting dynamics. I think there's an interesting alliance being built with Tucker, Trump, and Elon Musk. And let me kind of share with you. I've talked about this before on camera, off camera, but I'll give you more and more what's going on today. When I think about Tucker, I'm seeing by the way, I'm 20% where I'm at with this. I'm purely speculating, but it's a strong 20% that I think I'm right, but 80% chance I'm wrong. Okay?
Fair enough.
Here's what I think's going on. I think Tucker, I don't think he cares to be a billionaire. I don't think he cares to be Rupert Murdoch. I don't think he cares to be...
He already is.
Roger Ailes, not the dirty side, but I'm talking about from the side of where he's a king builder. I don't think he's a king maker. I think he's a king. That's how he views himself. I don't think he wants to go out there and be Rush Limbaugh. I don't think he's trying to break the record of being better than, more viewers than all these other guys. Here's what I think is going on. And there's wisdom in what he's doing if this is what he's doing. Netanyahu, Zelensky, Churchill were all journalists before. They got a lot of eyeballs, and they did it at a time without social media. And then when they ran, they won. Now, Zelensky had social media, but the other two didn't have social media when they won.
Wait, I didn't even register. Neither Zelensky was an actor, no? Oh,
yeah.
And Netanyahu was never. Netanyahu was a politician from a young age.
Yeah, sure. So
what is he talking about?
Here, wait. He's talking about if you want to be a real successful politician, just like Shah Ismail and Sarkozy and Marie Le Pen and Boris Johnson, you have to stand up against the bad people. What are you doing, man? Why you're putting way? PBD has not put half much thought into this.
But why did he pick those guys? Because there are a lot of people who were
came to his head because he remembered those names. So he went with Zelensky, Churchill, and Netanyahu. That's what he went with. because they came to his head right then. That's why. Don't think about it any more than that.
No,
Kamil.
it can't be
Please
nonsense
stop.
to that extent.
It
Because
is complete
you
nonsense.
can find a lot of
Come here.
journalists who became president. Like that, there is a trend in that. I mean, such a thing exists. But he went and picked the three. I don't know about Churchill.
Churchill was.
Yeah, maybe
Churchill
I don't
was
know
a
about
journalist,
Churchill.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
Churchill was a journalist, and Netanyahu may have been, but I mean, nonsense. Yeah.
I think what he's doing is DeSantis could have done the same thing, but DeSantis was smart. Didn't make a wise move. If DeSantis would have gone and would have said, you know what, I'm going to stay governor of Florida. Trump's going to do what Trump's going to do. And I'm going to gain the MAGA vote because I'm going to support him. Then I'm going to run in 2028, and Trump's going to come and endorse me, and all the MAGA's going to follow me as voters.
That's
the
what
tough
we've
part with
been
MAGA
saying.
voters, they're
That
not
I
going to
agree.
flip.
DeSantis
You know how
fucked
most
up.
people, they'll flip and they'll go from one person to another camp, and they'll be like, as long as it's blue. MAGA's not like that. MAGA's like, you disrespected Trump, I'm done with you.
Yep.
It's a very
Loyal.
By the way, whether you like it or not, you can bitch about it all you want. You have to be strategic.
Yeah.
I think Tucker sees this and he's saying, who are the two most powerful people I should align myself with? Musk, social media, politics, Trump. What if I win both of them over? They don't necessarily like each other. Trump, what do you call it? Musk doesn't go out there saying, I'm going to vote for Trump. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how much Trump trusts Elon, but Tucker's the wisdom one in the middle. He says, I'm going to sit here. Every video, I don't know how much money he's making off Twitter, but you know what's sometimes worth more than money you make on Twitter? A retweet from Elon Musk. Okay? So you get every video of yours, Elon Musk retweets and puts interesting, and then all of a sudden gives you 100 million views because of its followership, 150. What is that worth to you? All the money in the world. So watch this. Let me fast forward to 2026. 2027, prediction time. Okay? Next thing you know, Trump, let's just say he thinks Trump's going to win office. Let's just say, whether he does or not. Trump wins, Trump loses. It doesn't matter to Tucker because Tucker wins whether Trump wins or loses. Because he's shown loyalty to who? To Trump.
Trump, big time.
And he's winning over Tucker, winning over Elon. So here's a question. How many followers does Tucker have right now on Twitter?
Before he gets into that nonsense thing, I think the point that before he gets into this nonsense thing of followers and I think it's his point that Tucker wants to run for president in 4 years.
I don't know. I really don't know what his point is, man.
If that's his point, that's a half decent. Do you think Tucker would run?
Yeah, I think so.
And that's a half decent point, although he didn't complete it there. I thought he completes that. And after, I think we're going to watch the whole thing. But after that, I think he goes into, I don't think he kind of finishes that point. But
no,
if that's his point, that's a decent one.
Yeah, I think he's right. It's just the way he makes his point is so funny the way that. Now here's the question. Now again, here's the question. But then Ron DeSantis says, should I kill the professor or should I go ahead with this? But yeah, I think he's saying Tucker is trying to make good with Trump and Elon to like keep them both on his side for his future.
But also because
prospects.
It's like, that, but also it is what works right now with his audience as well. So it's also like, even if you forgot about the future, it's good if you can, for like the audience and everything that he has, to have Trump, of course, and then Elon Musk as well. So
I think, to be honest, Elon Musk is much more of a choice.
But what?
Choice.
Yes. No,
Trump can turn his audience against Elon very easily.
100%.
I don't think, but Trump is not really that's
100%.
You can't go against Trump. So that, I think I don't think Elon
Musk has, if anything, lost a lot of people who were like diehard crazy fans over him. I think that would be my guess.
All the liberals who used to love him in California. But besides that,
even the Republican, I don't think they're that attached to him. Like if something happens, again.
Yeah, he's the Tesla guy. He's the electric car. But
but Trump, you're right. That's a good point. He's much less of a choice. I mean, that can be suicidal, turning against Trump, even for someone like Tucker.
That is suicidal, even for someone. Yeah, that's.
But can you go look up how many followers?
You don't have. options.
Tucker has on Twitter. How many followers does Tucker have on Twitter? Go look up to 9.7 million. When he went to Twitter, I think he was at 6 million. 5.5 million, 6 million. So he's already gained about 4 million followers. As a matter of fact, go on Social Blade and type in Tucker Carlson. Go to Twitter first.
Yeah.
Go to Twitter. Yeah, right there. Go to Twitter and type in Tucker Carlson.
Poor guys.
And they got to be
waiting
together.
for it
No,
to
they gotta be
load.
together. Yeah,
It's
there you go.
waiting.
Tucker
It's
Carlson. Watch
loading.
this. Go out and see his
another
followership on a
website.
day-to-day basis. Oh, shit. Okay, there you go. Zoom in. Look at that retweet yesterday with Trump. How many followers I got in one day? 210,000 followers in one day. So what is that worth to you to get that kind of followership on a daily basis? There is not a price tag on this, so let's play a game. How many followers do you think Tucker's going to have by
God damn it.
end of
Now we can
2026 if it goes at this pace? So for the next 2 years, 3 years, Elon retweets every one of his videos. He gets these eyeballs. He gets the biggest names in the world to interview. How many followers do you think Elon will have on Twitter by the beginning of 2027, January of 2027? What do you think?
Tucker Carlson?
Tucker Carlson, not Elon. Tucker.
50 million.
Is it fair to say he'll be at 50 million, give or
Where
take?
is he now?
9.7 million.
10. Let's say 10. I say 50 more, maybe more.
Okay. Let's say,
I'd say it's 25 even.
okay, let's say 25 to
I
50
don't think
million.
they understand.
Even
how
even
popularity
these guys
works.
had to stop. They were like, no, bro, I think PBD, this one thing, there's no
This
way
is
that's
not that-
true.
Look,
That's
you
not
know
how
this
it
is
works.
not-
I mean,
Like,
PBD actually gave a good
think
little
PBD
disclaimer. He said if it continues at this rate, but then he kind of ignored his own little disclaimer. And like, yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah, but that's
there are just
never-
not
like,
that many
that's-
Americans out there
Yeah, this is
for
not-
it to
Yeah,
happen.
it's just-
There's just like a population limit issue. for him.
Yeah, I don't think this is, by the way, this is how capitalism sort of works in the beginning as well. If you just add and add and add, but there's a limitation. of
There's
resources.
unfortunately.
Like we don't have like that much land. Seriously, we don't. We
Yeah.
just don't.
We have a lot of land, yes, a lot of things, but to that extent,
Not
I don't
that
know.
much. We can't just dabble everything with every tweet. It doesn't work like it's just that was so funny. I think PBD has a bit of an engineer's brain there. He doesn't have the
But
you know what
hey,
I mean? Like he
but
thought
who
it's
are
a
we, you know?
factory, like
I guess he
put
knows how it
one
works.
tweet- yeah, man. Like we shouldn't. I mean, I don't even wanna. I don't wanna challenge this successful man. He's too successful. You feel bad.
But I think this one was so off that even the other guys were like, "Nah, okay, let's say 25, which is like half of the estimate. The other guy was saying like 15. He was like being very conservative. So
15. I thought he said. Oh,
yeah, I
did
think
he
he
say
went another 15. I'm joking.
Go. Yeah.
Whatever the
alright, play
numbers.
it.
25 low,
Whatever.
50 million high. If you're in that range, you're automatically
25
one of the
low.
most followed, influential people in America, in the world.
In the
and guess
world.
who's retweeting you? Musk.
Sure.
Now you announce, look, rumor has it, Tucker's thinking about running. No, I'm not going to be running. This is not what I want to do. America needs me. I'll run. MAGA's loyal to him. Elon's loyal to him. Walk in the park. Now Elon's got an ally in the White House for 8 years.
Wow.
Can you visually see that becoming a reality?
By the way, you're 20%, dude. I'm at like 90% at that now. Like the way that you just spelled it out.
on the fly.
The way that you just spelled it out right
Yeah.
there, it's so funny because we started off this conversation with the enemy and my enemy as my friend. These two are in alignment at this point. They are congruent at this point, Trump and Tucker. It was not so long ago. Matter of fact, it was January 4th of 2021 when the leaked text of Tucker came out. This was right before January 6th, the day of infamy, right? He said, I'm fed up with Trump. All right, this is obviously before the Dominion lawsuit. It says, quote unquote, I'm done with Trump. We are very close for being able to ignore him. Speaking of Trump, on most nights, I truly can't wait. I hate him passionately. I can't handle much more of him. This is your friend, your boy, Tucker Carlson talking about Trump. It's funny how
love
things
this
change
guy.
over time. You know, how Joe Rogan was just voting for Bernie. Now he's an alt-right guy. It's like things happen, certainly during COVID, so quickly, so vehemently. Things change so fast that all of a sudden that you're in full-on alignment. Now think about what's happened with Trump and Tucker over the last 12 months. the Murdochs have come out and basically said, we're done with Trump. I mean, they've explicitly pretty much done that, right? You know, after Roger Ailes died, they were just like, all right, gloves off, we're done. And then they fired Tucker after the Dominion lawsuit. There's some allegations they needed a head to roll. He was the top head. So now you have Tucker, who's a man on an island. He can do whatever he wants. There's another good friend of mine that extended a $100 million offer to him. He didn't need that money, but we don't need to go there.
Yep.
Allegedly, his wife's got money too.
He's inherited a shitload of money.
You got Trump, and I just to kind of put it all in there, it's setting himself up perfectly for 2028. Let's say Trump wins or even loses, whatever it is. Who arguably would be the next man up? Not Don Jr., not DeSantis, the sanctimonious. He wasn't loyal. Vivek is an absolute beast. Absolute beast. I think if he ran as a Democrat, that guy would be the next Obama.
100%.
It's very hard to get a brown, skinny Hindu kid elected when you got the evangelical base on the right. I've said that a million times. I think he's an absolute beast. That's just going to be tough. I think Tucker will slide right in, Pat, and do exactly what you said. I'm shocked that you think it's only 20% because the way that you outlined it, dude, very high likelihood.
What a move, though.
Yeah.
Right.
But if I was Tucker's advisor, I'd be like, definitely do not take this absolutely unnecessary risk, because you just, life sometimes doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
oh, I'm
why
popular as a media guy and all this. Okay, let me go become president. Next thing you know,
No.
you don't get 2% of votes. I mean, I know he's way too
No, that
popular
would be
for
the-
that, but it's a risky thing to do.
That would be the best case scenario, man. The worst case scenario would be becoming the president.
Oh, yeah,
then-
shit. Then you're like,
And then what
fuck.
the fuck? Shit.
I'd like
I
to
have
call
to
in
do
sick.
things?
The doctor's not.
I really do not want to go to Israel right now. I do have no intention. It's all like it's the worst thing that could happen to your life. Like, yeah. So yeah, I think he would be a dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, especially like, first of all, he can stay in media forever doing this and earn a lot of money. Not to mention that his family, his wife, family, and him are super rich. And even if he goes to politics, he can become a senator for a state and just disappear in the background forever and earn
Oh, let's
money.
say
Why the
president.
fuck?
I mean, senator is like,
No,
is-
I'm just saying Senate. You can become a
absolutely.
senator in the background is much safer than becoming a president. You know, why would you go to the executive? Are you crazy? No, don't.
What if
do it,
someone
man. Don't.
filibusters or something, and then you have to stay there for 8 hours? I
No,
would resign
man,
right there.
like
Or you
like
can you
they
leave?
only work like yeah, you can leave. The filibuster person has to stay, and the speaker or something, like you can leave. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. You can not show up, man. Like they're on vacation like 9 months of the year. It's amazing. It's like the best job in the world. That and like European Parliament member, these two jobs are just best, the best.
What a move.
Anyways.
Because, you know, what do they say when LeBron teamed up with Wade and Bosch? What do they call that? They call
Big Three.
the Big Three. This is the ultimate three.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Guys,
no
this
doubt.
is the ultimate three, okay? Ultimate. Elon, Trump,
Ultimate
and
three
Tucker.
of what?
Holy freaking moly. Elon, Tucker,
Yeah.
and Trump. Like if we, and by the way, without Elon necessarily supporting Trump, because I think in Elon's mind, and again, you know, when you're going up against a opponent or somebody you're trying to study, you want to know motives, right? You want to know motives. You want to see what they're going to be doing. I think Elon, listen, if he wants to go
Elon.
compete with his enemies, who are his enemies?
His
Google,
accent sometimes is
Facebook,
so Iranian.
Amazon, anybody else that's going to be in his, you know, in his way of wanting to build
Jeff
Twitter,
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos, some of these guys.
Blue Origin.
Can you imagine if he helps Tucker get in there in 5 years and then Tucker's on his team for 8 years? I mean, listen,
And
you're officially like SpaceX. Like the amount of battery machines to put worldwide, the deals with other countries. Elon's thinking about, you know, 10, 20 years. Elon's not thinking, everybody's thinking 1 year, short term. Elon's thinking 20 years. He needs in-house, you know. Anyways, so I think, so if we pick our winner,
Man, the way PBD's brain works is just fascinating. Like I was just like, What?
His brain is
Things that
amazing. But man, I was just thinking though, his accent just got really Iranian there, and it reminded me. He just reminds me of my like aunt's husbands and that type of thing. Like, you know, were in America like most of their lives, and they're all like, you know. And then Elon comes here, and then maybe, you know, we go to a room and we, you know, and then we have a discussion and joins Tucker, and then you have, you know, the deals you can make, man, everywhere. You can go anywhere. You can go China, Hong Kong, LA, Hawaii, deal. So it's just the exact same. I've heard this conversation before.
It's terrific. Should we
He's so impressed by Elon.
Finish this a bit? Now it's dying down. I'm kind of really feeling for some reason. I really feeling for the Snow White video for some reason.
Yeah, let's
just 3 minutes.
Finish it,
yeah,
because it's so short. Yeah, let's finish it.
Yeah, and don't forget, Biden and Elon Musk have zero relationship.
Oh,
Yeah.
Zero relationship. Biden knows if he's even
zero
alive.
chance they
Pat,
meet.
does that worry you
He
at
only
all?
meets
That
with
type of
us.
alliance? Let's say Tucker's motive is what? Tucker really cares about the country? Because I don't care what
Zero.
Like Elon Musk, what will you think his motive?
No, I don't have any. I don't. I'm not saying this based on a negative or a positive.
Okay.
The message on what I'm giving is the following: in life, it's your job to build strong alliances. Either contribute up or lift bottom up. So you're either pushing or pulling. Okay. In some situations, I'm a push. In some situations, I'm a pull. Okay. For example, on the podcast, said maybe I'm a pull. I'm playing the role of a pull. But in other situations, with people that I'm giving advice to or counsel to behind closed doors, and you know, maybe it's not public information, I'm playing a push. And I would say, I would do this or I would do that. Your job is to be a great flag carrier up, and you have to be a supporter down. Okay, that's the ultimate job. What you got to do.
What distinguish between the push and the
okay, so for example, a flag, like for example, if I'm part of, you know, like some people don't want to represent a team, that they will never, they only represent who? Themselves. Look, it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's, you know why it's dumb? Because you have to do all the legwork. You have to do all the, it's all on you. If you screw up, it's on you. Go be a solo person. See if you do it better solo. Some people, well, Tucker went solo. No, he did not. Trust me, Tucker's not solo. Tucker made a deal with Elon to get retweets on every video he puts up. That's not solo. Tucker went and became Elon's flag carrier, is what Tucker did.
With no pay, Pat.
You think Charlie Kirk is solo? No.
Hell no.
He's a flag carrier and push-pull. You can go up and talk about any of the stuff that are bitter doing it all by themselves. They're even
the Charlie Kirk part, that's where I thought, like, is he talking like the fact that Charlie Kirk has like video editors and producers, because he doesn't mention who
back
is
him financially, I guess, and that includes those. But I don't understand. As Adam
he
said,
has HR and cleaning person comes at 5 o'clock.
And this is the push-pull channel. This is the push-pull effect.
Sometimes he orders an Uber.
Push-pull effect when you order Uber. What is this push-pull effect? Play more.
I'm glad that guy asked him to clarify that.
Yeah,
I needed him.
Can you what is the which part is the push? Which part is the push? We need to,
their dynamic is so funny because those two guys look like at the same time there is co-host / student. They're like co-hosting with him / like learning because he's so wise. So it's just like a hilarious genius thing they have going on. I have to give it to
whatever.
Eventually gonna have a
Adam is teacher assistant, like you know, the professor's assistant.
But he still has a lot to learn. He knows he's humble. He knows he has a long way to go.
But he's smart enough to ask for clarification. Can you between the pull
with
and
all
the
due
push,
respect,
PBD. Listen, Adam June. When you pull is when Charlie has HR backs him up.
When you push,
when he goes
like
to China,
Michael Jordan
that's
going
when
for
he's
a jog.
aggressive.
Okay,
that's aggressive. You see, you have Tucker go for the throat. I don't know what the hell is. He got so Iranian there. Did you see the neck swinging there? Like the Iranians. Listen.
The wall they hit, you're going to have a wall. And then they're going to say the following lines. You ready for the lines? I'm being shadow banned. No, you're not. I'm being, I think I'm being this. No, you're not. You're just not. You're just solo. And you don't have anybody that has your back. Guess what? When somebody went after Joe Rogan, guess who's got his back? Dana White, Spotify. Joe's not running by himself. Guess who's got Dana's back when he was running by himself? Trump. Trump got him a place to go fight.
Yep.
This thing about wanting to be solo is amateurish, and it just means you have massive ego, and you think you don't need anybody. It's pathetic to be. And by the way, we've all been there before. But to each his own. When it comes down to competition, you got to build alliances. You have.
I mean, fair enough. Having people who support you is good, but I mean, Jesus Christ.
No, but you know who is he talking? He's got his specific targets in mind, man. He's not an idiot.
No, for sure he's not an idiot. I would never say he's an idiot. That's
no. He's no, but you know who he has in mind specifically? Can you guess? From the videos we've seen, I thought you might be able to guess.
So who? Okay, so in terms of audience or like famous, like powerful people.
No, somebody powerful and famous he has in mind specifically, and he's criticizing him for not building alliances and staying above the fray, as they say.
Give me 1 second. It's not DeSantis, right? He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Oh, you
he does.
think so?
He loves him, man. Go watch all the videos from him, especially from 6 months ago, or even now when he was on Joe Rogan recently. He was like, DeSantis, we were talking to him and his wife on the policy stuff. Genius. Maybe not at marketing, but he moved to Florida and he's like, I've moved 1,000% to Florida. So many people I talked to, how amazing Ron DeSantis has done in Florida. But like him, Charlie Kirk and stuff, they really, there's another guy, they really like the Ron DeSantis guy. Sager loves him because he's the, free market policy.
Which I can see why, man. And the other day you have convinced me, you gave some really good arguments. But again, if there was no Trump, this would be the DeSantis show, not to that extent. But he'd be leading easily the Republican.
Right now, he would be leading, but I don't know if he would be a lead. I don't know if you remember, but what's his name? The Texas governor, Rick Perry, used to lead.
Rick Perry was Rick Perry was way too stupid, man. He was nowhere. I don't know. He was nowhere near as. I mean, Rick Perry, like he would say three things.
You think Ron DeSantis is better? Rick Perry was Rick Perry
I think he's better and more successful. Rick Perry
was I don't think so. Rick Perry had a cabinet job in Trump's administration, man. He got the energy department, one of the best. If you're at, if you're corrupt enough, it's one of the best.
With floor, I don't know.
My point being that you can be the leading candidate when you're, everybody thought Rick Perry is going to be the third, I suppose, George Bush.
Yeah.
But then he fizzled out. So I can understand maybe Ron DeSantis without Trump would have been the leading candidate now, but he's so incompetent. I don't know if he would have been able to.
I don't see why you particularly think he's so incompetent compared to, the people that, do these things and run for president.
I think I guess maybe I have such contempt for him because he's such a reactionary in a very definitional sense of the word. He just goes online, sees, okay, what's online, and I'm going to react to that. So it's just...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see him as that much of a dumbass.
Good point. Fair enough. No, I can see your point too. When I see that behavior, I feel like that's not the material that is going to be, It's just when somebody's so online, okay, that's popular online, I'm going to react to it one way or the other.
But it worked in Florida. Florida's real life. It worked in real life.
Florida is real life? Are you going to stand by that?
Yeah, of course.
Florida is real life?
It's unfortunately as real as it gets. Your
voice just went down.
No.
Your voice just went down 10 bucks.
No, unfortunately, it is as real as life gets. Unfortunately, we might not like it, but it's
I
as
don't
real
know
as
how
life
you're
gets.
I mean, with global warming, to be honest, it does feel like increasingly everywhere is becoming like the heat from like it's spreading. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, I mean, I can see the points to your argument. It's just a gut feeling, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go to the Cinderella video after I make after I just want to tell you one Snow White, one hilarious thing. I don't know if you remember this.
You're mixing up characters now.
I know, I don't want these guys, that other guy's gonna beat me up. The guy who does the PBDs.
You racist. They all look the same to you, huh? The Disney princesses, they all look the same. The Sleeping Beauty, Snow White.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know anything about them. But man, I don't know if you remember, but there's this Seinfeld episode where George's parents decide to also move to Florida, to Boca State. That's where they stay. And Jerry's parents find out. And they're like, we're not going there. And then George's dad at the very end calls Jerry's dad, tell him, we're going there. He's like, we're going to be at the pool. We're going to be at the country club.
Yeah, you're going to eat the candy.
That's one of the best things ever. I love
Jesus. Yeah.
But okay, let's go to
the same monsters
7 Snow Whites or whatever it is.
7 Snow Whites. That's a porn movie. But yeah, the same monsters that used to run the world from New York, London, and other places have now moved to Florida and have banded together to destroy the world. So maybe you're right.
I'm curious to check it out. Alrighty, Sam. So let's go back to our second PBD video. This one's on Snow White. I'll read the title when I shared my screen. And yeah, this one's 20 minutes long. This one is way more hilarious, but given all the pauses that we do on everything, let's see how far we go. But this one's terrific. Of a context. Yeah, do you want me to share the screen so you read the title and then I can come back to this?
That would be great. The title is, quote, "You screwed up. Will Disney drop Rachel Zegler in a Snow White movie?" So as some people might know, the Snow White movie that is the upcoming Snow White movie remake of the live action remake of the animation movie from Disney has gained some controversy because the star has come out and has said some stuff about the old version and about the new version and about the political stance, I guess, or the sexual politics of the film, and we'll see that. And yeah, and people have basically decided that she's she's the one, and yeah, a lot of people hate her now because of her comments, maybe rightfully so. I don't really know, to be honest, but yeah. And it's gained a lot of controversy. So I guess PBD was making a video about this and how Disney, what the controversy is and how Disney is responding to it. So I guess we'll see what PBD says and others.
100%. And yeah, let's watch a bit before comment nonsense. So Lego.
Zegler,
oh God,
who got backlash. She's supposed to be the next Snow White. She got backlash.
She is the next Snow White.
Which could ruin Disney's show remake, Snow White. Okay, let's read this. And Rob, if you can get the clip ready of the second one. The one I tweeted. As a matter of fact, just go on my Twitter account and you'll see the one that I have. And just put that one up there. You were just on it right now. Okay, so I'll read it. Rachel Zegler. Critical remarks regarding the upcoming live-action Snow White remake have triggered concerns about potential damage to ticket sales. The 22-year-old actress faced backlash for her negative views on the original 1937 film and the prince character, which she labeled a stalker. Branding expert warns that Zegler comments could impact the film's reception. She has been accused of gaslighting and dubbed a fake feminist. Disney faces challenges of managing Snow White's portrayal and controlling actors' statements to prevent negative effects on ticket sales. Despite Rachel Zegler's playing the lead role, experts suggest that Disney executive might need to reconsider her suitability for promoting the film. So play this clip, if you may. Just listen to what she says. She just sounds bitter and angry. Go for it.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh,
So we didn't do
God.
that this time.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story, just because like we cast a guy in the movie.
What shirt
Andrew
is she
Burnap,
wearing?
Great dude.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you to say all of Andrew's scenes could get cut? Like, who are you?
Oh my.
Okay, first bit of unfairness though. She did not say that I'm gonna cut. I mean, no matter what you. My big problem, I don't know why I'm getting straight into criticism. My big problem is they make it seem like this movie and the promotion and everything is this girl's idea. Like, she didn't cast herself. She didn't write this. She especially did not write the script or everything. You know, she's following it. They make it seem like everybody else in Disney and all that would be against this. Look at this photo here. I don't know when the fuck this was filmed, but this girl has like a face mask on. You know what I mean? Like, here, when they're doing here, there's a lady with a face mask on. So I mean, you know, she's not doing anything out of the ordinary. Like, that's why I think the backlash is she got unlucky. And I was telling you before, I came across this clip today. I mean, what she's saying is what they all say, all these actresses say nowadays.
I agree
with movies. So I mean, we're gonna watch the rest now, and we'll hear the criticism that I got ahead of. My apologies, but yeah.
No, I agree with you though, but I would say that we can say that about pretty much anything. Like, you know what, you can criticize anything about any. You can say that about anybody criticizes, because pretty much any shitty thing anybody does is quite commonplace. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just I think she's definitely bad timing is the bigger, like, bad timing is working more against her, I think, more than what she said, probably, because as you say, many people have said it, but it's just very bad time to say it now. But at the same time, again, like we recently, you know, Cornel West made fun of for the child support thing. You know, like, a lot of people do that. You know, a lot of people owe money in taxes. So just saying, you know.
But hypocrites, like, anyway.
Not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And
Spiger, can you go back to that? Here's what I told Bob. I said, I'm curious, Bob, don't you think messages like this is why Disney keeps having box office flops? I've read your book, and I have. It's a phenomenal book. It's Ride of a Lifetime, I think it's called.
Great book.
I had our entire company read the book. You're a smart CEO. I'm not sure I'm convinced you're okay with this.
Oh my, pause. Sorry,
You're
pause.
losing.
Man, I would love to work for his thing. You think really? I'll read
Pause.
every book he's ever read in the first day of work. I mean, I would just love if that was my situation. Yes, 100%. I'll read this book. Let's forget about my responsibilities. I'll just write essays on books. No problem.
Yeah.
Just make sure the 500,000 reaches my account at the end of the year.
First, the person he's referring to is Bob Iger, and he's Bob Iger, like the most recent CEO of Disney, who stood away. Bob Chapek took over for about half an hour before Bob Iger came back. Like, you know, you'll see he'll blame the other guy for a lot of things.
Yeah.
But man, I just had to pause because can you imagine going to work for a company and being forced to read Bob Iger's book by your boss, and he's like, "Come on, this amazing book, Bob Iger's."
I'm an easy thing
come
to
on,
do.
man.
Come on, you can fake it. That's an easy one to fake it. You couldn't fake it? No, actually, you have
I
big
guess
problems. You're not. I could fake
faking it. Yes, I have been.
First of all, you could read that book in probably 5 seconds. You can literally like read a word per page, and you would get the.
You're right.
You would get the
so
whole
right,
thing,
man. And there is if you have the right attitude towards that book, it would be so funny.
Yeah,
I'm such an idiot. I
don't think you're getting paid for that too.
Man. God damn it! All my 20s was wasted because I couldn't fake it.
You could have been reading books for PBD.
I could have been reading books, earning millions. I could have been sitting next to him like Adam saying, PBD, can you clarify between push and pull? And what do you mean by push button? I could have been that guy. God damn it, man. I hate my life. I hate myself. Yeah, you're 100% right. I take it all back. I wish I was the person who was forced into reading Bob Iger's book. I'm a dumbass. Sorry.
Generation of loyal viewers. When you think about Snow White, honestly, what is the premise? What is the story?
It's a love story. It's a love story.
It's a dream for a girl to grow up and a man falls in love. I mean, the plot is about when Prince Charming show up. And then after she says that, she gets a bunch of backlash. Play about 45 seconds of this. She actually cries if you can get to that part. And then I want to hear from you. There's a part that she gets emotional, like she said death threats. I don't know which dwarf gave you death threats, but she's saying she's getting death threats. Play from right there,
That's her agent.
Yeah,
it was death to her career.
Press play. Go ahead.
Threaty.
Actually, just played from the beginning. We just won't play the whole thing.
And Pat, while it's loading,
she's being censored now.
Yeah, exactly. And Pat, while it's loading, then guess what? It's not the Snow White movie. Then name it a different movie.
Totally fine.
Leave Snow White alone.
Yeah, totally fine. Go ahead. Before this thing plays for us,
Yeah.
go
ahead.
Taken out of context, and I know that at this point I can't really stop people from doing that because
of course,
that's what my whole existence on the internet is just me being taken out of context and stuff, which is fine. That's what I signed up for, isn't it? But I never wanted to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have. When I say that this has been the biggest adjustment of my life, like understanding the way my life operates now, being who I am, and the things that I've been so fortunate to make, it comes with so much ground that I never thought I would be able to cover, and that people think I'm doing poorly. And other people think I'm doing gracefully, and I don't think I'm doing it at all. So when I tell you that it's hard,
you can pause it right here. I will tell you this. I love the way she communicates. She's a freaking great communicator. Words, like ability to talk, fantastic.
Not at all. She really lost me with like the bit of like fairness and sympathy I had. Like her excuse really lost me. That got more under my skin.
Yeah, her
than the original
comment. Now seeing this video, I'm fully hope that she's removed from the movie digitally or something. When I so hard. What was so like? What is she talking about? What is hard? What was she talking about? Do you know?
And the biggest adjustment, I'm like, you're 22. I mean, you couldn't have hit that many roadblocks.
From what exactly did you adjust to this? From high school? Fuck off. First job I think she's one of these people that like her first role was a Spielberg movie, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know, like what I'm adjusting from the indie scene in Georgia to big Hollywood. What are you talking about?
So yeah, she kind of completely lost it. And PBD, great communicator. I mean, she wasn't bad, but I didn't see any particular, like, I don't know what he was referring to there.
I don't know though. PBD though, I trust PBD at this point.
Yeah, I know
PBD
PBD
is like our prophet. So he's probably right.
He's probably
right. We are missing something, Cam. I don't know what we are missing.
But this video is too good. This is way better than the other one. This Cinderella one is just gold.
Leave
sorry,
Snow
White. Sorry, Jesus. Don't cancel me too.
You're such a racist. You see all Disney princesses as the same. I bet who was the Princess Frog? Which color was she? Tell me.
I don't even know who that is. But one other thing that's funny is that they think that the Snow White movie is for like 90-year-olds or something, like, because it was also in PBD's tweet, and it's gonna come back. They're losing so many generations of people.
No, he talks about. That's what I was gonna save that for when he talks
about. This is not Batman.
It's not just. It's not just children. Even Batman was supposed to be a kids movie, and even though I love the Dark Knight trilogy, I think it's the best trilogy of movies possibly ever made. I did think we may have fucked people up with that. Like people started taking superheroes way too seriously, man. Like, it's like even like art is largely all of art largely is for kids. I believe.
Especially Snow White, but then you have like
especially Snow White.
40-year-olds pissed off. No, I wanted the original one. We'll go watch the original. I don't know what you want me to
yeah, exactly.
go suck on your mom's titties and watch the original one. I don't know what you want me to say. They definitely did not have you on mind. You know, when they were thinking of the merch that they're making, they went for McDonald's kids menu. They weren't thinking, okay, let's sponsor the steakhouse. And people get.
And the thing is, man, I hate all the brainwashing attempts in the new movies, right? But the reality is, the old movies had brainwashing attempts in them too. And it always went above kids' heads because kids don't give a shit about these. Like, well, if you want, like,
that's why I don't believe that this backlash is gonna do anything to the sales of this movie. Maybe 10% of parents won't take their kids.
Just let me make this point though. Like, you know, like how many kids came out of watching Lion King going, you know, the pro-monarchy message. I do believe the true bloodline must take over. You should not have the fake uncle take over. The true bloodline is the what
back in the day. That's like, how it was.
Yeah. Or I don't know, like, you know, I grew up Beauty and the Beast, like watching Beauty and the Beast, and you know, sometimes if the girl doesn't listen to you, you should lock her up in a room. You should lock her up in a room, take away the kids, maybe lock her father up too. Maybe lock her father up in a room too. You know, what is going on? Like, again, not that I think these were good messages. I think it's like every person who makes a work of art or works of entertainment has his own personal thing coming into it. Each story can be viewed like it's such a hilarious thing that they're, you know, and I'm sure the new people in Disney are pushing their own agenda, but calm down. Everybody calm down.
100%.
But he gets, the part where he talks about the generations and the people who go watch this movie is just amazing. And I think it's coming up. So yeah. But I have to say, we'll get to the backlash and how effective it will be. I think I disagree with you there.
Yeah. I guess if their audience were 50, we lost the 50-year-old men, unfortunately. Really banking on
it. You think you're joking, but I tell you something that maybe changes your mind about that.
Look forward to that.
Obviously, she's very attractive, very cute. But her views, her eliteness, her like, I know what's right and you don't, and now you want to apologize, bro. This is how the world works.
You know she's a Hollywood actress, right? I mean, like, it's as if they've never seen an actress, and as if this is their first interaction with a Hollywood actress ever. Like, they've never, ever come across another actor on TV.
When you get on social media, we had at our event at the insurance conference. What was the format? It was a debate format. Our leaders got up and debated each other. You know what? Everybody was asking me questions. Should I say this? Should I say that? Here's what I told everybody. You debate our event, and now you want to apologize, bro. This is how the world works when you get on social media. We had at our event at the insurance conference. What
the fuck does an insurance conference have to do with a Disney movie? Like, what? What does that mean? He's trying to draw a parallel between how you should behave at an insurance conference and like what this little girl said about a Disney movie. Like, what the fuck do these two things have to do with each other?
PBD, just like our last savior, is Jesus Christ. He's great at bringing up analogies to just make a point, okay? Don't be so harsh. He was at the insurance conference and somebody probably, let's watch this analogy. It was probably somebody criticized him and he had to respond, and he responded awesomely, unlike this girl. All right? So let's play this.
The format. It was a debate format. Our leaders got up in the format. Debated each other. You know what? Everybody was asking me questions. Should I say this? Should I say that? Here's what I told everybody. You can say that. But if you say that, be ready. That he's going to come for you. And she's going to come after you. Do not be offended if they come and say this about you. Like, well, no, that's not fair. I said, no, I'm not telling you that. All I'm saying to you is that's how this thing works in the world. If you talk shit, it's going to come back. I tell my kids, hey, man, you talk shit, that guy hits you, of course he's going to hit you. There's something called cause and effect. We don't just sit around and say, okay, yeah, we grew up watching this movie called Snow White in all these other countries, and all of a sudden you show up and we have to eliminate all the memories of these young girls who grew up wanting to have an experience like that, and you're the almighty, and this guy that started a company many years before you did, who's given you a job, you want to trash that legacy, that company that now Disney has screwed up the last 5 years, trying to please a small percentage of minorities in America that are bitching and whining all the time, while the majority is quiet, going about their business and raising their families, and we have to listen to those guys cry all the damn time. Yeah, we're sick of it. We're sick of this bullshit. This is what you're getting. So the more you do this, Disney, Iger, what is this girl's name? Rachel Zegler, whatever her name is. Yes, this is exactly the backlash you're going to get from parents who have kids who are your customers. You're supposed to win parents over. You're talking to kids. The parents pay for the tickets. You have to be a dummy as a marketer to be saying, if I'm Bob Iger, you know what we're doing? Emergency meeting. We're putting Snow White on hold for 2 years, and guess what?
Smart.
Pay her a couple $1,000,000, go away. We're going to bring another person to play this role because you just screwed this thing up. And whoever comes next, you know the guy that, one of the things about Hollywood actors that are not on social media, you're always like, how come they're not on social media? And then some of the guys that are professional, I don't know who King Arthur, who's the guy that played King Arthur? I don't know what his name is. He's a great actor. If you type in King Arthur.
He says
just,
one like thing and just
I love
so much nonsense.
Man, I just loved, by the way, how that just you see what happened with that girl. This is what happened to that girl, if you want to know. Did you see what happened to PBD? What happened to BBD's mind? There happened to like about 40% of like American or people who follow this shit, that it started from like, you say these things, you are very dismissive, you've been doing this, yeah, you shit on us, you dismiss us, you've been for 5 years, you've been pissing on our legacy, you say you hate. Just, how did this escalate? I just made some shitty comment about the
and again, she did not write the script of this movie or these ideas. She did not come up with them. She thought
she's responsible.
She thought I would bet you anything. She thought, and also the people who work at Disney, she's like, yeah, she's on message promoting the movie the way we want it.
Oh yeah, there is even I think there's a video of her from 2 years ago before she was casting that or something, that she's like saying saying opposite things. So yeah, I definitely think she was trying to go with the flow, or exactly,
doing the right thing. Yeah. I'm 100% sure she was 100% about that part, that she thought she was completely on brand with her messaging.
But I think if like the problem, she was probably kept to an extent in a bubble, because if you had been paying attention for the last year or so, you could have seen the backlash. Like, this was not the time
not
to do
for
this type of
though.
stuff.
I don't. It's not everywhere.
If she had
the DeSantis thing isn't everywhere. I was just talking about how DeSantis, how
you
it could be.
You just said Florida is everywhere.
I did say that.
You just said that.
But also Democrat moms are everywhere too. I mean, they can both be.
Okay, that doesn't make sense. Okay? These are two different areas.
If PBD explained it, you would have believed it. Okay, and ask PBD. He'll explain it to you.
You do have any analogies about the insurance conference? Kamir, have you been to a conference?
Not insurance, but my friend has a factory. And okay, I'm listening.
What happened there?
And you hired a mechanic. Okay. Keep on going.
Then a chicken walked in.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I mean, I know what you mean. Though that's literally what's happening, though. I think in Florida is a weird example, but I don't know if I told you this. I don't think nothing exists anymore. All you have now are cities and rural areas. And Florida, I feel like, is a sort of a, and then like in cities, some cities are like, I don't know where this is. I back that up, because then I just remember there's a lot of moms who live in suburbs who are kind of like rural areas. And it's like, I guess everywhere is just like, yeah, you're right. It's just like Democrat moms versus crazy Floridians everywhere. It's like around the globe.
Well, they're some of the most powerful. If not, there's a lot of other groups and gangs.
Are there? I think they all the other gangs together would be maybe 30%. like
They're
the
not that
rock
strong and
chairs
powerful,
and the and the
but they're
punks
there.
and
Movie. What is this guy's name? That guy right there. What is that guy's
Guy
name?
from the
What is his
Motorcycle
name?
Gang.
Very good-looking guy. Man, if you guys can go a little
producers,
over,
yeah,
right there,
He's
that
like,
guy
I
right
don't
there.
even have
Bike
good
gang.
internet. This
No,
is
that's not it, man. There's
loading.
another King Arthur movie, young guy.
I could make a joke right now. Maybe if he was on social media, we'd know his name.
Well, no, but the point is they asked him, they said, why are you not on social media? And he said, that's intentional because it ruins the art, right?
Yeah.
If you're an actor and you're playing somebody that you want us to, right there, that guy right there, Charlie
Can you
Human?
pause
Charlie.
Hunnam.
Oh, yeah.
Hunnam?
Can you pause for a second? With all due respect, and I think nobody at this point can deny how much respect we have for PBD. Charlie Hunnam is famously terrible actor. Like
I know,
there
man.
are-
You know when
there
he
are-
was talking the whole time,
he
I thought
ruined King Arthur was like this amazing movie, pretty much, except that it was very cliche. But it was really good action scenes and great. And he's so bland, man. He's like the most bland.
I didn't even know that actor. What's his name again? I thought
Charlie
he was
Hunnam. Charlie Hunnam.
What's the name of
you
the
know,
show that he just
Sons of
mentioned?
Anarchy. The one
But
that
I
he
thought at
fucks
least
up.
he was talking of this guy.
Ron Perlman, the greatest one of the. No, he was talking about the shitty one. No, you're talking about Ron Perlman.
Yeah, I thought at the very
yeah.
least he was talking about that guy.
No,
Where
he's
is he?
old.
Yeah,
He's.
Here.
You should Google, dad, son of Ron Perl. Yeah.
I thought
No,
at
he's
least he was
cool.
talking about this guy. What's this random actor that?
No, he's a massive Democrat. He threatened to beat up Trump and stuff.
True, but I've never even seen this guy. Like, is he even a
Oh,
big
this guy-
actor?
They tried to make him happen a lot. Guy Ritchie or was it Guy Ritchie or Matthew Wan? I think it was Guy Ritchie. Yeah, it was Guy Ritchie. He was in that Guy Ritchie movie, The Gentleman, which is actually quite good, except him.
I haven't seen it.
He's just very bland. He's okay. He's just really good looking, very average. You know.
Oh, he looks like the Harvey guy.
The Harvey guy.
Me and PBD are brothers when it comes to movies, that's for sure.
Yeah, you two are. Yeah, you need somebody like his producer who can go barely on anything. You know that guy, the good-looking guy, the guy with the hair.
And for some reason,
yeah,
they
yeah.
never show what the producer is putting up. They're like, pull
No,
up
they
that guy,
never
pull
show.
up that guy,
That's-
and it's still
that's for
PBD's face.
That's for in studio audience, Cameron. That's for in studio audience.
At least show what this poor guy Googling 9 things at the same time.
But yeah, Charlie Hunnam is he was like he was like a cinema version. Have you seen the Vikings TV show? It's really
I
good,
know what
actually.
you're talking about. But
He's
he
like
kind
a
of.
cinema version of those actors. He was
What's that guy named? The guy who plays in Batman with that voice in the third Batman movie?
The third Batman? Oh, Tom Hardy, you mean?
Yeah.
Bane.
Yeah,
Bane,
it's just
Bane.
you kind of give.
Jesus Christ. I should have been your producer. Fucking hell. What is going on? You just say 3 words and I'm like, yeah, it's Tom Hardy. He's so hot, man, by the way, Tom Hardy. He's so attractive. Even
This
as
guy, he looks like he looks just kind of like him in a way
he
here.
he's more, as they say, he's the more goody two-shoe version of Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is more a street and dirty and grimy and cool.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say in Persian they always say he's the more pasteurized version, as they say. Pasteurize.
Oh, it's too funny. The way PBD's talking about him, you think he's talking about Al Pacino
I love how fair
or
he is,
Leonardo
dude.
or something. Bring up the one extremely
the
famous good actor.
the actor who was nominated for
I'm
the
like, who?
MTV's
Jack
Best Kiss
Nicholson? Like, who
Award.
are you talking about?
He was twice nominated for MTV's Young Hot Man in a music video.
That's why I just assumed at the very least he was talking about this.
Yeah. No, he's a the prestigious MTV hot young actor without a t-shirt on. You remember him? Yeah,
Very famous. Okay, if you say
PBD, we
so.
love you. PBD, we are true converts at the moment, but at Charlie Hunnam, really? Anyways, play.
Yeah.
And he's doing that interview.
Sons of Anarchy.
And you know what? I'm like, you know what? I kind of agree with you on what you're saying. Listen, Mrs. Actress, you want to get out there and play a role for us to believe you're that person? Will Ferrell is screwed for the rest of his life. If Will Ferrell plays a serious movie, I can't take him seriously. I can't take him seriously. Yeah. That's who you are. It's done.
Yeah.
There's a reason why the girl that played The Exorcist, who walked backwards, never got another movie ever again.
Ever.
Yeah, there's a reason why the movie Dirty Dancing, when the girl got a nose job, we want the girl with the bigger nose.
I love it.
We don't want the girl with the smaller nose. You ruined your career. We want that girl, right? So we have a love affair with a role when you play in a movie. You take that innocence away, you screw the whole thing up for us.
Pat,
So,
do you think, Pat, that they like basically told her to have that attitude? Because that's the story.
I don't think Bob Iger.
You don't think because that's the storyline though. They changed the storyline.
That's okay. But Bob Iger, there's no way Bob Iger is very.
Yeah, that was the storyline. But there's no way. I know this guy. He's my bro.
That was as you can see, that was, this setup is perfect. Those two do look like students there, because that was such a rookie mistake. And PBD was quick to say, no, stop. You don't go after Bob. Okay, Bob, we respect Bob. Bob is a genius. You read his book, right?
Did you not read his book?
It seems like you didn't read his book, to be honest. The questions you're asking right now, it feels like you didn't. Let me ask you a couple of questions about his book. On page 3, what is chapter 4 about? What is chapter 4 about? Tell me right now. Come on, do it. I told you to read his book. It's so good. It's amazing. Yeah, no, Bob never made. This is where he goes into the company history. So maybe we can play this.
Very smart. He is very, very smart. He's not a Republican.
Not like you.
But he's also not a Democrat. When COVID first happened, he was helping Newsom out with COVID issues that was going on, because Disneyland is there and Disney World is over here. When Newsom made a decision on shutting down all the parks, all of a sudden, Iger said, dude, I'm off this board and helping you out. He left
that's
Newsom.
Exactly what
so
happened.
that is a call out to Newsom saying, dude, your policies are ruining jobs, bro. While this other guy named DeSantis is keeping my park open, you're screwing it up for me. So I believe he's a logical guy. Now he's got a feud with Newsom over here, with DeSantis over here. I think he has logic. I think he can reason. I think he's the type of guy that could one day be a good presidential candidate. So he knows this is not a good thing. He knows it. Okay, there's no way he's sitting around saying, I don't know why we're doing this.
Let me give you some feedback, if I can. No, I don't think that she was coached or anything. I think this is genuinely, she's a product of her time. She's a product of her environment. Here's a 22-year-old, mixed girl, whatever, Latina, I don't know what she is, whatever, cute girl, whatever, all good. But she's a product of her environment. She's been raised in a femme-centric, girl boss, the future is female world. I don't blame her for any of this. But there's a deeper story here. Let me tell you something. So I had to go, watch a little clip of Snow White, read a little bio of Snow White, because I haven't read it in 30 freaking years, okay? Here's actually the story here.
Just before he goes into the story, because we get to something about that, I just love the way PBD just, I just want him to write a history book. Just write the history of World War II or something. Because I don't know, you haven't seen the Ant-Man movies, but in the Ant-Man movie, in the first one, there's this character where he does a recap, but he does it in his own style, and they do the flashback, and it's really funny. And I think PBD is just that in real life. I don't know, did you see that part? He's like, and look, with COVID, Bob Iger was helping Gavin. And then he called him and he said, dude, your policies are dumb, dude. They're killing jobs. Ron is sick. He's keeping the parks open. I'm going to Ron. I'm pretty sure, that's pretty much exactly what Bob told Gavin Newsom. And just please check out please people, check out the interview with Bob Iger. I don't think he's ever said the word dude. I doubt it, to be honest. I don't think he knows what dude means.
Man, you gotta love stuff. Just life is such a joke, man. This guy is such a joke. It's just all such a joke.
And he's a millionaire.
And it's so funny how she's making the creepy guy the enemy. Lo and behold, the king, the wife died, and he got he was remarried to the wicked stepmother. She became the new queen. Do you recall this?
Yes.
And this wicked, vindictive bitch thought that Snow White was too pretty. So what did she do?
Tony.
Yeah. Are you looking at some bitch?
Hey, bitch.
Inside joke. Right
Inside
there.
joke.
So, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of the wall? The mirror said Snow White is. So the stepmother, the queen, the wicked stepmother was like, we got to kill that bitch.
Yeah.
Enter hero number 1. She calls on the huntsman to go kill Snow White out in the forest in the woods. The huntsman, the man, says, no, I'm not killing this young, beautiful girl. I'm going to set her free. So she goes free. So the queen, the vindictive, murderous bitch, was the one that wanted to kill Snow White. Boom, the huntsman steps up, doesn't kill the girl, okay? Almost like the Hound in Game of Thrones. Okay, so hero number 1. So she's running around in the woods. She runs around and finds what? Not 1, not 2, not 5. 7 little people, because don't call them dwarves these days,
forget it.
or your ass will get canceled. So there's Sleepy, there's Dopey, there's Grumpy, there's Drug Addict, whatever's going on there. They're doing that. They take her in. They're whistling while they work. That's a crazy concept. They're working their ass off. They're in the mine. They take care of this girl. Enter 7 more heroes taking care of the girl. What happens is this vindictive queen finds out she's still alive, gives her a poisonous apple to eat. She ends up dying. Enter the 3rd hero, the fucking prince that shows up. He's like, who's this beautiful dead girl? I feel so bad for her. Let me see if I can use my princely charm and revive this dead chick. Okay? So he shows up, saves her freaking life, aka a stalker. Okay? Long story short, she comes back to life. Insert, she becomes the queen. Happy ending, all good. So I ask you this. Who's the bad guy in the story?
The bitch, the girl.
Fucking queen. Okay? Who are the good guys in the story? The huntsman that spared her life, the 7 dwarves that took this homeless chick in, let her live with them, and the freaking prince that literally saved her life and made her a queen. So what's the biggest theme here? Is that there's this femme-centric, anti-men mantra going on here. But at the end of the day, here's what's going to happen to this young lady. She's either going to come to the realization that she's actually going to fall in love with a real man, much less a fucking prince if she can find one, like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who's complaining about being a princess. That's a whole nother conversation. Or she can go down the Chelsea Handler, I'm a feminist boss babe, I don't need no man mentality. So the choice is yours, young, beautiful girl, Rachel Zegler. So
we all agree on her.
The last thing I'll say to this
I just
is,
want to put out there.
There's been backlash about
Sorry,
what did you say?
I said we all agree that she's hot. I just wanted to put he uses the word cute. I'll go for hot.
I would go with cute too, because I feel she's too young, man. I feel uncomfortable even. She looks like a 15-year-old in her body. Like when you see her in a clothing in that interview they showed.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know, man. I hate this. I hate getting old. They shouldn't allow any more new young actresses, I think.
What movie is this?
I think the Spielberg one was the dancing one.
So what, Steven Spielberg made a dancing movie?
The West Side Story, man. That idiot remade the West Side.
Is it a shitty movie?
You're weirdly into musicals. Are you?
What?
You don't know the West Side Story?
I'm into musicals. What are you talking about?
Oh, you like Grease.
That's the only one, but I despise musicals otherwise.
Well, you say that, but then you're like, Grease is... I don't know, man.
You know, sometimes if you're a kid and you're exposed to something at the right time, you end up liking it, but don't ever say that about
making
me
excuses for your Grease addiction.
No.
Yeah, my parents...
Black girls playing white roles,
canceled.
you know what? There was a black girl that played Ariel, the Little Mermaid, whatever, all good. I think Peter Pan, they're coming out with the movie. Tinkerbell's going to be a black girl. I don't really care. I mean, it'd be weird if a white dude played Black Panther, whatever. But what I have a problem with is...
I love Adam on a roll.
Yeah, on a roll.
It's like Bradley Cooper playing Martin Luther King.
Exactly. So, okay, it's a little weird. I don't really care. What I don't like is the historical inaccuracies, okay? So, now a white girl's going to play Pocahontas? That just didn't happen. She was a Native American. By the way, where did Sleeping Beauty actually take place? It took place in Germany in the 1800s. How many black chicks were running around there?
There was no Germany in the 1800s.
So just like Pinocchio happened in Italy.
There was no Germany in the 1800s, right?
No. There was 18. No, there was
Germany is one of the
19th
oldest, youngest European countries, no, if I'm not mistaken.
Germany and Italy. Yeah, Germany is even younger than Italy, and some would say German state is still in the process of formation. But I mean, again, I wish PBD really stepped in here as the main sort of sensei of all of us, really. But he should have clarified that, like, you know, these are not historical events, by the way. Like, it's not,
I
like,
get what you're kind of
yeah,
saying. Like, okay,
I
fine.
know what you're referring
Previous
to.
version was this, but still doesn't make it historic, right?
Just call the original version. You can say not the historical version. And these events did not take place anywhere, let alone in a fictional Germania.
I think he was so impressed with him, like, I don't know, reading some kind of blog or something, that he just let it slip. He's like,
You
know what? I think it's better if I just let you go with this because, you know, I appreciate the effort.
Again, you're right. Like, he's the perfect sensei.
You see?
He allows your confidence to be built when you do great. So maybe later after the show, he takes him aside and says, listen, I don't think historical means what you think it is. Let's see. What do you think historical means? Let's first settle that. Okay, no, it doesn't mean no.
Whatever you think, it doesn't mean that. Okay, let's just put it down.
No, but it's really weird.
But I appreciate you. You know.
Yeah,
finally, I guess you read something. Or I don't know what the fuck happened, but some reason.
I think you read 4 or 5 Wikipedia pages. Some of them were about the story. Some of them were about historical events. Things get mixed up. It's okay. It's okay. It happens to all of us. You meant sort of original. You said historical. It's okay. But no, it's I kind of agree with him though. I think it's really ridiculous, and I think to be honest, stories are. I'm completely. I don't know if you remember, but back in the days, it was really completely fine. In Iran, they made movies about America with Iranians playing Americans or Europeans, or historical like things, even though probably skin color wasn't quite right or exactly right. And if you go back like in 1950s or 60s, I think you can find Korean and Japanese movies that are like it's set in European or American setting, but it's all like Asian actors. And that's fine. I think, in my view, that's fine. But to go out of your way to sort of do this weird, we're gonna have a black James Bond, or we're gonna have, I think that's just
no. But black James Bond makes complete sense. Why would there not be a black James Bond? He's an agent of.
No, you're right. James Bond makes sense. You're right. Black James Bond. I mean, I guess.
No, I think they gave one example that, like, fine, that's
book.
not. What would you say?
Okay.
Fine, Martin Luther King. I guess if MLK, literally a specific person. Exactly.
No, put historical people aside.
Just forget about history and reality.
Forget about forget about Pocahontas and the real historical people. No, I'm saying, okay, but if they make a black James Bond set in 1920s, that would be odd, right? That there was a spy in 1920s that was black, and it was Her Majesty's. Now you're right. Now they, like, in a modern setting, completely makes sense. But like setting when they do Vikings, like the show I just mentioned, they did a Vikings series recently. I haven't seen it, but they did black Vikings in there. Like, okay, that is, I'm sorry, but that's just like, and it's like lords or something. And it's, you're forcing it, into history, or into a setting that it didn't exist before. I'm just saying, when they force it, it's annoying.
Yeah.
That's all. I agree. Like, if they, for example, if they did a version of, I don't know, did you watch the Noah movie with Russell Crowe?
It rings a bell, but I don't think so.
Darren Aronofsky made it, so I thought maybe you have. But anyway, that one was really interesting with all its flaws. it was like set in this setting that you couldn't tell if it was historical or it was some alternative thing. In that setting, go crazy. But when they set it in the exact historical setting or fictional setting that originally was used, you know, and then they just force this racial or feminist stuff in it, I think it's annoying. I don't care to like, I still watch it. I still would put it on for my child just to keep them quiet for a couple of hours. But I'm just saying it can be annoying a little bit sometimes. That's all.
So if they remake Friends and Joey's black, that'll be historical error.
Fuck you, Daniel. Fuck you guys. I still know it. He was an American Italian with a slightly olive skin. We olive skin people are underrepresented. Sorry. That was
really like
line.
pizza. And in this movie, he likes burgers. No. The historical inaccuracy.
Cultural appropriation by the meat eaters. He didn't like, he liked cheese pizza.
Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping Beauty all happened in France. Sorry, Snow White was in Germany. So it's just historically inaccurate. So if you want to whitewash history and do all that, that's fine. But let me give the bigger picture here. What I do think is a great part of what Snow White is about is actually there's a bigger thing here. Is that
just one more thing. If you do look at the original stories of these things about the accuracy that he's upset about. For example, he just mentioned Cinderella. Cinderella in the original book ends with the stepmother being forced to wear iron shoes that are hot to the level of boiling point and dances until she dies. She's forced to wear that. Pinocchio is a bit
he brings up Pinocchio. Holy shit, we didn't
so many
play
times,
that yet.
yeah. Pinocchio, by the way, originally was conceived as a sort of a cautionary tale for children, ended with Pinocchio dying, but then the sales were so good the writer was forced into the publisher forced him into writing sort of a happy ending. But putting Pinocchio aside, Hansel and Gretel, all these stories originally had horrifying endings, like unbelievable. The Sleeping Beauty originally included a rape. It wasn't even like ambiguous. It was like yeah, she was raped, but you know, he was a king, so it's cool. All right. Shut the fuck up about it. You know, I think originally she gets raped, the Sleeping Beauty. Then she has the babies in her sleep, and the baby sucks the poison thingy out of her thumb. Poison, you know, needle, whatever.
Yeah.
Poison. Yeah. Anyways, so like if you're talking about accuracy, I understand. Like again, I understand forcing anything is annoying, but don't you think the people who were watching it in 1950s and were watching this whitewashed like Cinderella story that had all the blood and gore taken out of them, don't you think those people felt the same? And maybe in 50 years there will be people like you know, age of Rachel Zegler or younger saying that, oh my god, this new version, I can't believe how they changed it. I can't believe how they changed. It's always like this. It's always forced 100%. And annoying. Yeah, I'm just saying.
100%.
Yeah, that's all. Sorry for this.
No. Very good point you made there.
That the world is a wild, crazy place. There's good and there's evil. You've got the wicked queen,
poisoning.
Okay,
chick.
You've got the good man that's coming to save you. There's a story about death being a part of life. She died. She came back to life. She was revolved. Shout out to my boy Jesus. So is marriage. So is love. So is vanity, looking in a mirror. So is beauty. So is jealousy. So is vindictiveness. There's a lot of things here that you don't really recognize as a kid and you recognize as an adult. But at the end, there was a happy ending. Yeah. What we say around here is the future looks bright. So shout out to Snow White and what she's doing.
So in other words, today,
I'm willing to bet anything. There's a blog on like the first page of Google that says word for word everything he just said. Like there's this one blog that he took everything that was just said and he just repeated it. He probably read it 100%. I mean, I think very low of this guy, but
I like him actually. In some,
really.
Yeah, I kind of
no,
like him.
that
Yeah.
sounded like you read this one blog on this where
very respectful
they
of
unpacked what it is and then the whole thing, and he just like literally word for word told us what he read on that blog, which better than reading zero.
And
yours truly, but yeah.
I don't mean no disrespect by saying this. I genuinely mean this in a very like this is probably the highest compliment I can pay someone because I'm a massive narcissist. He reminds me of myself when I was very young, like, you know, it's just, you know, before I read it, you know.
That's not a compliment. Yeah.
It's a huge compliment. This is like the biggest compliment you can give to anybody, Camir. I don't know if you know this. You remind me of Sam.
No, it just reminds someone who read one thing and then like the way they tell you about that one thing is as if God came down to earth and they tell you that, like, with the amount of conviction that they have over that one thing that they heard, and you even if you think even if you think the opposite, that person is so confident in what they're telling you, you're like, I guess you're right. I thought my mom was X, but if you're that sure, then she's not my mom and she's a whore. You convinced me. If you're that sure about it, I believe you.
I mean, you have the evidence, I guess.
You didn't show it, but I'm guessing you have. Don't show it. I don't want. I believe you.
I feel like he was trying to make the case for, you know, the version that we know, you know, that it was it had so many elements, and he's right, he had those elements. But then if you look at any story, if you're this charitable to, you know, every story has,
including the new one, I'm sure.
Jesus.
Yeah, if you break it, even the new one,
I'm sure the new one at some point she will, you know, go to death, go to sleep and come back, and it will be revived. And I'm sure it will have. By the way, I'm definitely sure it will have a happy ending. By the way, like, I mean, both him and the girl like, you remember the girl in the interview implying that, you know, who knows what happens at the end. Everybody,
I'm sure they bang,
including the children watching, they all know. Like, everybody, most people going with the expectation to know. Like, if they are surprised, there will be a backlash because nobody's going in for a twist ending on, oh, actually Snow White is the evil one. She kills the queen. Queen was actually the good one. She was trying to protect the people from a Snow White. She was the, you know, usurper. But it's like everybody taking everything way out of their context and like the targeted audience and all that. And I'll explain to you why. I'll come back to this targeted audience though. I think you'll be, Anyway, play this.
Maybe you'll impress me.
Today's show is sponsored by the Snow White and the Missing Dwarf that's coming out here soon in the next 6 months. Thank you for Disney for this sponsorship. Go ahead.
So Adam, like Rachel Zegler's her name.
I guess
she's the type of chick that if God forbid she like OD'd or something and died, and the EMT showed up and gave her mouth to mouth, and she woke up, she'd be like, "That piece of shit was trying to rape me." It's like, no, bitch, I gave you mouth to mouth. Yeah, so she's that type of girl. But this is, I mean, by the way, you did your Snow White research. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
I did.
You were up last night.
First time in 30 years.
Yours.
Fair
enough.
But right. It's just, I'm really upset that it's, the biggest theme here is that it's anti-men. She called him a stalker. He literally saved her life while she was dead.
Yeah.
The 7 dwarves took her, this homeless chick in. The huntsman spared his life. But she, because of the environment she's been raised in, all she could see is that men are the stalker, men are toxic, men are weird. They were the heroes in the story. The queen was the villain. Yeah. So recognize that, Rachel.
But Pat, how many, like, Disney is just not learning their lesson, bro. From the kid stuff to that stuff to changing stories and stuff, Pat. Like, how are they doing, like, stock wise? Are they going down? All this woke shit isn't working.
Finally getting to
go to 1 year. Go to stock.
Like Adam, don't you think?
No, Rob, go back to where you were at. Just go to 1 year.
Disney was the first stock I ever owned. They're not doing great.
Oh, it's taking you there when you do that? Oh, okay, got it.
But Pat, I'll tell you what.
Okay, this is really pissing me off at the show. Next time they ask Rob to do something, can they at least show what this is? He just doing it for fun? Rob, bring up that graph. Okay, good. Nobody
That's
saw
for
the graph.
Camille.
Like, show me
Those
the
are
graph.
for high-level students. Those are only for high-level students.
This
For
is really
in a
good, man.
studio.
This guy has pulled up everything on Google and yet to show anything.
Man, this producer, he must in a couple of months, I bet.
He's
Yeah,
like,
he's
yes.
he's gonna-
Okay, 1 second, Jesus Christ. And they don't show any of it.
Social Blade or Twitter? Which one should I bring up? What do you want? No, and then I promise you, he's gonna have a conversation with PBD in a couple of months. Listen, PBD, you put me under a lot of pressure. Out of the blue, you call me out. You say, "Bring this up, bring that up," and then you don't even show it. Man. What is this something personal going on? You hate?
No, seriously, whose fault is this? Is this the producer who's supposed to share? Like, do they need a separate guy to press the share the screen button? Like, at least show.
I
Bring
no
some
idea.
stuff for PBD's own sake. He's like, okay, and now I saw it. Okay, keep on going. See it
it's
too.
Camille, some information is sensei exclusive. Okay, you don't need to know. It's on the need to know. Sensei needs to check first. Okay, it's good. Show it. Adam can see. Adam can see now. It's
Like,
this
literally,
information.
is he going to show this? He's asked for 20 things. He hasn't shown one.
I'll tell you what it is right now.
Like, aren't they going to learn their lesson?
There you
Pat?
go. It's down.
Yeah,
It
like,
went
what do
down
you-
from 120.
Oh,
Maybe go
okay.
5
Jeez.
years. Let's see what it's like at 5
Oh,
years.
it's down.
Christ.
Big
5
time.
years.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's down.
Listen,
Whoa,
it-
shit! It's the lowest it's
By
been
the
in
way,
5 years.
notice,
Yeah.
Camille,
Boy, that's
Damn.
the right. That's the right.
Man, this
You
guy
notice
has to be sharp. He brings it up, put 5 years. Okay, you know what? Now make your own graph. Okay, you just like add some data. Here, I have a piece of
can you
paper
add-
here. Include
Can you add
this.
some graphics? Can make it pretty. No, but Camille, by the way, do you notice that he has the black mode on because it's so much
More
nicer
people
on
than
the
I
eye.
thought do this, man.
Man,
What-
you don't.
what's
You're so
up?
weird for not doing it.
Why?
It's
What's
so
wrong
much
with you
nicer
guys?
on
You
the
guys have
eye.
like eye issues?
No, you have eye issues. You
Is it-
son of a bitch.
Like, you guys not see, is there some kind of issue? Like, your eyes are sensitive to light?
No,
I don't
you-
understand.
No, this is first of all, it's cooler because it's black. Secondly, it's Lord we do it.
Like, I
No, man, it's
Like,
on the
so
at
many people, I
night.
realize they do this. They're like, I show something like,
No,
why
it's
is yours
no,
like this? I'm like,
No, I
this is the
realized
default
what's-
setting. What do you mean? Like, what do you want me to do? It
No,
comes
no,
this
it's
way.
I think it's because you have a wife and life. To be honest, it's like like it's for me because I listen so many. Like at night, I listen to it so much, and
Yeah.
it's it's at night. It's really even when you put the lowest, when you put the lights all the way down, it's still very you can't do that. So it's for people who are don't have a life really. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's more common than I thought. I thought it was.
Of a lifetime.
It's much nicer at night.
So, Pat, when are you
Holy
going to learn your
moly.
lesson? Learn your lesson.
Well, listen, Bob
you just showed
Chapek,
his
to be
graph for
fair,
2 seconds.
was not a
This
good
guy
CEO.
had to go from
okay?
5 years
He
to
was
10
a
years. They barely showed
hardcore
it.
woke CEO
Oh,
that Disney had. That
Yeah.
they were co-CEOs together. I think Bob is the right guy that can help this thing. I really think he has the ability to reason. If he's able
Sensei
to
believes in
convince
him. Well.
Jobs to sell, convince Lucas to sell, do you know what brands this guy bought? What Bob Iger's done in his resume? There's not many people. Maybe no one's ever done this before. This guy is maybe the biggest power broker of the last 30 years.
Only
I
last
mean, this
30
guy's not a
years.
joke on what he's done in media. He's one of the biggest power brokers in the world. I am optimistic that unless if they got some stuff on him that they're controlling him, I'm optimistic that behind closed doors he's going to say, listen, guys, this is too much. We got to cut the crap. This is too much.
And his ESPN division just very smartly got into OBS, trying to save the division. On celebrity here, celebrities don't understand, like this young actress, that fame may give you a platform, but
How did this old man get into this?
Man, the poor guy was so quiet this whole time.
I know, right? He's so nice and he's so educated. He seems like he's like reading a newspaper while they're talking with his pen. He's like doing a crossword, and then just like at the end, suddenly, like after they spent like 40 minutes talking about the bitches and Snow White and all that, this nice old man is like, Yes, according to the Financial Times, they've gotten into the growing market of the betting. Like, who are you? Like, how did this setup came about? Like, who set this up? That you, why you have to hang out with these like guys? Does his children know he has to come to do this? Like. Anyways,
that doesn't give you credibility or make you smart. And often when you open your mouth, you show that you are not credible and not smart. And you can go through life as a celebrity saying anything you want about the conservative side of the street. You know what I mean, PBD?
Yeah.
And there's no accountability for it.
Yep.
No accountability for it. So you get accustomed to popping your mouth off and there's no accountability. And all of a sudden, you go off rails at the presser for your movie coming out that tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars have been spent on it. And you're about to find that you have entered FAFO level 10. And welcome. Welcome. To me, it's that simple. You don't have any accountability for opening your mouth. You pop off all the time, and now you do here, whammo, and you find out. Fame gave you a platform, but didn't make you smart, sweetie.
Did you see, Rob, I just sent you the photo. This is it's Snow White. Did you see what the 7 dwarfs look like?
Okay, pause.
Pat, Rob,
There's 7 little people.
The old, I got the old thing. He's like, yeah, again, like, uncle, dad, old dad's kind of fish. Look, listen, honey. I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but there's a situation, and you go and you open your mouth, and what you expect not to be, slapped in the mouth? You shouldn't. You should be expected. Well, no, that was FAFO. He's right, by the way. I'm not saying he's wrong. It's just the way he was saying it is such an old man.
Listen, I get the part where they say, you talk and all that, and then you get backlash. Fine, fair enough. But the other part where they just act as if she's saying something that's so contradictory to the movie is the thing that pisses me off. Like, it's as if she played Batman, and in the movie, and she goes to premiere and she's just talking about Spider-Man. She's literally talking about how the plot of the movie is. He's like, you go to the premiere and you're bashing the movie. She's not bashing the movie whatsoever. She's promoting the movie. Again, she's not the one who wrote this script. Or like,
okay, what if he said, but okay, what he meant and what they usually say, what if they're bashing the...
She's not bashing anything. She's literally promoting the movie and the angle and the direction that the movie went.
Come here.
Based on my understanding, I haven't seen it yet. Maybe.
Imagine you're like a teenager again. Your hormones are, running through your veins, and you're very sensitive. And the slightest comment and throwing of the shade at like men is like an attack. Okay,
so these guys are the teenagers, right? This teenager one.
Man, look, I don't want to point fingers, but
teenager too.
I don't want to point fingers, but I'm just saying, put yourself in that mindset. Then in that mind, so when I say bash, again, remember, by bashing we mean throwing shades by words. Okay, so remember that. What if they say they're bashing like the audience by like making a Snow White such a so
again, she didn't.
The original fans, like, she's participating in that as a she's
participating,
one part of it.
But they're pretending as if she's not.
She's exceptionally.
As if she's the executive producer. I mean, I think those people have a lot to say, right?
It seems you're implying Bob had something to do with this. Bob is a genius. Haven't you read his book? Bob is a genius.
Tomorrow I'm going to buy Bob's book. What's the name of the book again?
Back up. It's Bob's book. You don't know his name? The name of the book?
The bookstore, excuse me. Do you have Bob's book?
I'm sorry, but that podcast is over. If you don't know the name of Bob's book...
Wait, you don't know Bob's book? PBD told me that the cash is like... Who? PBD told me to get Bob's book.
I don't know his family name. I don't know his family. I don't know what to do. My job depends on it. Please. Please give me all the books written by Robert Orbach. He has millions of dollars. So he has promised me one of them.
We're gonna go to the bookstore to ask them, looking. PBD told me to get Bob's book.
Is this the movie, Rob? Because I know there was a big controversy about Disney's live. Oh, this is the live action. That's their live action. Those are the dwarves.
Wait a minute. Is this Woodstock?
That guy looks 6'4" in the back.
I was about to say the last guy's about 6'4", 6'5".
That's the diverse Snow White
guy now.
Wait, but that's what dwarves look like. I mean, like, what are they gonna put as dwarves? They're gonna put
come on, look at the way they're dressed, though. Come on.
I mean, I know, I get it. They're being a bit hipster and looking cool and nice, but I mean, dwarfs again. What do you think they look like? Bradley Cooper?
No, man, come on.
What are the dwarfs supposed to look like?
Man, the clothing design is awful, though. You can tell.
But they're not supposed to look good, are
and
they?
By the way, one of them is not supposed to be 6 feet tall, like the last one. Look at the last one. Dwarfs.
Oh, historically inaccurate? Is that what you're going for? Are you following it? Dwarves have never looked like this. I saw 7 of them. They look totally different.
You're such a son.
I mean, they can look like anything, right?
Come on, man. They look like. I mean, I hated the joke the old man made. I paused because of that, the Woodstock joke. But look at them. They look like they just came out of a diversity meeting or something.
What did you want it to look like? The guys in Matrix?
No, man. But not like modern woke hipsters. No, Google.
I 100%.
No, man. Google is no Google. What was the Google the Huntsman? Google the Huntsman movie. There were dwarfs in that. There were the 7 dwarfs in that. Put 7 dwarfs. Just to get other designs of the 7 dwarfs from different movies. This is just a Disney one, but put the Huntsman or something.
This you can't recreate in real life.
First of all, you can.
What did you say, sir?
Put Huntsman maybe, because I think they had 7 dwarfs in that movie. But I'm just trying to come up with. I don't know, man. Come on,
this
man.
is more. Okay, so here they went for the Lord of the Rings characters.
Yeah, it's a slightly more, medievally makes sense with medieval setting.
But they're not supposed to be medieval. They're supposed to be 1800 Germany, Berlin street. That's 3 streets away from my grandma's house.
First of all, 18th century is okay. I guess 18th century Germany is still medieval, but. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know, and you can go for whatever. Hey, these guys look like dwarfs to me. I mean, if they're supposed to look like losers, or are they not losers? I don't even know.
No, man. No, I think you're. Come on, man. You're playing dumb a bit. I think if you can't see.
I get what you mean. I mean, this guy looks like that Iranian Santa Claus, but that's a different story.
No. He looks The last
what about this guy?
The last one.
Okay, what about him? Is your problem just that he's black?
No. That's one.
This guy gets too stylish, right? This guy gets too stylish. I think that's I'll give it to you. This guy gets too stylish. He's wearing skinny pants.
The second guy,
skinny jeans.
The second guy with the black guy, actually, with the goatee beard, I think is the one that looks the most like reasonable out of them. I think, right? And then the blue one is still like okay, but
he looks like he's
like
from
a
what's it called?
Jacket.
The movie Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, exactly. It's starting to get bad, but then with the yellow.
This guy's a gypsy.
This guy is like, you're just like, this is a Halloween costume of a gypsy. This is what.
And then this guy was just actually the makeup artist. He made it into the shot. I'll give you this. Accidentally, he was fixing her hair.
That guy is basically wearing a H&M hoodie.
Yeah,
with like
I'll give it you fine. This guy is pushing it.
No, man. What the fuck? What you talking about?
And he's wearing skinny jeans, also, which is also history inaccurate.
Yeah,
I will give you that.
historically.
I think until here they're fine.
Yeah, the first three, okay, I give you the first three or two. But then after the guy who's going
the next
for
guy
the
was just Leo,
old,
just like in a suit.
and by the way, again, it's man, I think it's idiotic. I think it's, why not make like amazing characters? Why there is a lady? The seven dwarfs, one of them, none of them was female. Why there is a lady there? I'm so, again, I don't
But
care.
hold on,
too
I have a
much, but
serious
it's
question.
idiotic.
I have a serious
It is
question. I have a
idiotic.
serious question. I have a serious question. I have a very serious question.
Do you know about this?
No, I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God.
No,
Okay,
I'm just, it's
hold
not
on.
a serious topic. That's
no, hold
why.
on. Because this is a cartoon, right? This is a cartoon, right?
Yes.
Do you think in real life you could really pull this up? Not in real life, sorry. In a movie with actors, you could pull this up and have 7 people who look like this, and I guess still give them scenes and like dialogues and everything.
No, I'm talking about
I'm
the
honestly
story,
being
man.
serious.
I'm talking about the
I'm
story.
honestly being serious here.
I'm talking about, no, I wasn't talking about the cartoon. I was talking about the story, though. By the way, I read the story before I watched the cartoon. I actually read books.
Yeah, but we're talking
people.
about cartoon movies, right? We're
No,
talking about the movies. Like, do you think you could, like, I mean, I don't know. You can't recreate this in a movie.
I don't think you can recreate exactly this, but I think you can recreate something close to this. First of all, I think you can create something very close to this. Look at Lion King. They recreated animals pretty much exactly. That's one thing. Secondly, I was talking about the story. I'm just saying that don't, like, I don't know. I guess you're right. In the story, it never specified that none of them wore a H&M hoodie. But you know,
I'll
you're
give
right.
the H&M hoodie. But if not, they can be anything. Listen, their name isn't like Bob and John and all this. It's Sneezy, Sleepy, Happy. What the hell are we talking? What am I doing with my life? Okay, you might never see me again after this video.
Yeah,
Let's put it this way. If tomorrow I don't show up at a regular schedule, you might not see me ever again. I think I have to go do some deep thinking somewhere in the woods. Let's wrap this. You might never see me again.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you're getting paid. Exactly. That's the thing. Unless you're one of the, Disney executives and you're getting paid to put, if you're like, why would I even comment on this? Who cares? Like, oh my God, yeah, just move on. Play
this might be our last 2 to 3 minutes together. If you have any questions about me and my life, go ahead.
Edit the last 5 minutes out. Please edit the last.
We might never see each other again.
I don't want to talk about but how portray dwarf. Our friendship is over.
I think this is.
My mom
remake latest
this
film
is
that
they had to have one midget.
That's a joke.
I'm not joking. No, Rob, Google that. That's the Seven Dwarfs live action. That's them. And there was a controversy.
I'm just happy they're all men.
No, there's a girl in the back.
Is
there was a girl in the back. Rob, Pat. That's the.
There is a girl.
Disney's live action Snow White takes wokeness to absurd level.
You're rewriting history,
gentlemen. That's their live action. Is those? That's the dwarfs.
Wow.
That guy's 6'2".
Right. Well, look. I mean, here's.
That last comment brought me back to life. I think that guy is literally convinced, this guy, that this is a real story. Do you want to get into an argument on this? I think he is literally convinced. This guy, I think he's convinced.
Yeah. I think.
Do you think there's? Listen to what he says here. This comment.
Man. He
Hold on.
That's the.
There is a girl.
Disney's live action Snow White takes wokeness to absurd level.
You're rewriting history, gentlemen.
That's their live action.
Rewriting history.
Do you think he's joking and all this, or do you think?
No, there are two. We have two options. He either doesn't understand, like the last, 20 centuries of history, like he thinks magic is real. That's one option, or he doesn't understand what historically means. So I don't know. It's like one of those.
I guess.
Otherwise, I think he thinks like Disney cartoons were sort of potentially like found footage documentary or something. He thinks that's. Otherwise, because again, I pointed the same thing out, right? The fact that there's a female dwarf, and I'm not happy. Like, it seems forced to me, but it's not rewriting history because it's not history; it's fiction, and Yeah, man, go whatever, man. Go have fun. Whatever. It's okay. I don't care. I feel ashamed now for even complaining for a second. I'm sorry. I take it back. It's okay. You can have anybody play anybody. It's yeah. I'm gonna stop watching movies. And I had some extra time sometimes. I would watch Disney movies. I'm not gonna do that again.
It's not historically accurate, so
that's the dwarfs. That guy's 6'2".
Well, look, I mean, here's what you have to realize. I mean, when it comes down to parents have to want to take their kids to these movies. Yeah. It's that simple. Parents have to want to take their kids to the movies. And if they do, you prove your point. Okay, it's working. But guess what? The last 5 movies of yours have been absolute box office flops. Not 1 movie, not 2 movies, not 3 movies. Now I'm pulling a LeBron here. Not 4 movies.
Not 1.
This is over.
I'm absolute flops.
I'm not a parent, but I highly think I'm not gonna make life easier for myself or like make life harder for myself. I'll be like, no, I could take the kids to this movie and have them shut the fuck up for the next week. However, my political beliefs and positions do not allow me to take them to this movie.
I mean, listen, man, with the movies, in my view, cinema should be viewed as like opera now. It's a very only really rich people, higher middle class type of people can go, and other people only go once, twice a year type of thing. And with the Sound of Freedom movie and the boycott of the what was it? Boycott of Budweiser, I do think the right-wing Christians still do seem to have some kind of, boycott ability.
But the boycott of Budweiser. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, but I 100% agree with you that I think it usually doesn't work. I think maybe this one, because it comes after it's been a snowballing effect, man. With every movie, it's becoming worse. And these movies are becoming more in your face and more, as they say in Persian, more a slogany, like, oh, feminism, women, racism, that type of thing. And it does get annoying. So I think it's just people gonna, because of the last, it's kind of like, with a lot of movies, trilogies, you have the first one is amazing. The second one is the highest selling because people go to it again. But then the third one is usually sells less than the second one because there is, it might be the third one is actually a better movie.
Yeah.
It might be that this movie is less woke than Little Mermaid, but because Little Mermaid had that reputation, so I think there is that. And the point I wanted to make to you from the beginning was this, that in the end, they are kind of right, is that, man, if you look at the demographics, there is a reason boomers are called boomers, because there was a population boom then. And until recently, they, on their own, they were majority voting bloc. I think until recently were millennials and like X's together took over
everybody
or
else.
Pretty much. So, and you see with advertisement that for a while in early noughts and late noughts, they tried to go for young people because they assumed, they are the upcoming generation. But that backfired and they had to go back to basically old people and parents. These are the only 2 people who have money. Parents, basically the young people who've, made it sort of, or, somehow, and boomers. Nobody else has money.
But parents want to keep their kids happy. It's different than voting, right?
I
like
know,
you want your kid to shut the fuck up. You go eat some popcorn and just sit in.
But you can put.
You can take them to what?
Paw Patrols or.
What other movies
you can put
made?
Paw Patrols on instead of putting this on, and everything is becoming digital.
Yeah. But like, I'm still not sold that this is gonna be such a big backlash. But
sorry, you cut off for a second.
Oh, what extremely important point didn't you hear?
you said before backlash, you don't think there is going to be a backlash?
To that extent, to affect the movie, I don't know. I'm only exposed to this, let's say, saga through, these 4 lads.
Yeah, I know. No, I think the last, he's right. The last 2, 3 was maybe not the last. They're not flops, but they're not doing as well as Disney hopes, as well as Disney can. And by the way, Disney's problems with DeSantis didn't love that, to be honest. They're losing their taxes status or what. So I'm just saying it's more than it's more than a nothing burger. But if we had a healthy society in which old people passed on their money and died on time and did not hold on to life like dear like I guess like dear life, like Jesus Christ, man, these boomers, like, let's fucking go. No, Snow, what did you do to a Snow White? What did you do to a Snow? And we are becoming them. Did you see in this 30-minute video? I was becoming one of them. So be careful, guys. It was a cautionary.
I would go. The actress is hot. However, I definitely don't like I would have a bigger issue with her.
Man, she looks again on.
I would have my bigger issue would be this. The Snow White costume. Now that they're going with different things, they should just like change. Why is she dressed like this?
Yeah, I agree. If especially, I mean, it's not
while you're at it,
particularly like
modernize.
I mean, it's really
while you're at it, just modernize the costume too.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, man, if I was in charge of that's the thing. If I was in charge, like when I was getting angry or I was getting worked up, it was because, if I was in charge of the adaptation, I would obviously do something really creative. And like if they are mixing, maybe they're mixing like live action with animation, like something like original Mary Poppins drawings. Then maybe that dress she's wearing with that yellow would work or something. It could be fun. Something like, Lego Movie was a really fun, I think, amazing modern animation for kids and adults. I think it was for adults too, but I don't know anymore. I feel anyways, but it's just, I agree with you. They go for this weird combination of authenticity to hit the nostalgia hit points while doing this politically correctness thing, and they kind of end up pissing everybody off. I think so.
Yeah, kinda.
Or pissing enough people off to have an online career out of. So that's enough, I guess.
But okay.
I have to say, what this video showed to me, proved to me really
that I'm mentally disabled.
No, and you can go to our screens.
Oh.
No, actually, I was gonna do like, I'm so glad that I have you as a friend, because I feel like otherwise I might have ended up like one of these guys going, what did they do to Snow White? This is not historically accurate. Did you see Prince of Persia was not historically accurate? The way those people are...
Hey, that's true. Did they not use Jake Gyllenhaal or something for Prince of Persia?
They used Jake Gyllenhaal. But what do you mean Jake Gyllenhaal? What's wrong with using Jake Gyllenhaal as Prince of Persia? There is a lot of white Persians. I mean,
PBD would disagree with that. If I had PBD here, he would be on my side.
PBD would not. PBD, I'm sure, has seen. There's a lot of blonde fucking Iranians, let alone white Persian. I mean, put aside white Persian. I've seen so many blondes. I recently went to Azerbaijan. It was.
You recently went where?
Azerbaijan.
The Iranian Azerbaijan province.
It's Azerbaijan only exists in Iran. There is no Azerbaijan outside.
Okay, let's not get into your head. Let's just move on. Let's just wrap this up. Let's just wrap this up.
There's 20 million people there. And half of them have blue eyes and light hair.
Let's just wrap this up. Okay, alrighty. I don't even know what to say. Please like and subscribe.
And in the middle of the compliment, you had to accuse me of nationalism, xenophobia.
All of that. And we'll see you in our next watch along.